All right, toy fans. So I'm here with another one of our Hey Star Wars Freddy. I'm here with another one of our Lumibricks sets, actually. So we're looking at the bamboo house. This thing is huge. This was something that I won. So I actually won. I'm in a program with Lumibricks, and I won a KOC, which is Keeper of Content sort of thing. And I was kind of excited because they were like, you can pick anyone, like you can pick a set up to a certain amount. Some of the sets I wanted to get were a little bit beyond my price threshold, but overall, I was looking, and I originally was going to get like the Old West Blacksmith, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want something a little bit different, and I saw the Bamboo House. Now, this was a set that first came out for Lumibricks. So when they switched over from Funhole to Lumibricks, this was one of the first sets. So I believe it's been updated. It actually has a USB battery pack, which I'm already excited about. So kind of like what the Midnight Haunted Mansion had for the USB box, same thing here. So I'm already super stoked about that. But we're going to go ahead and grab F. I believe we need A, F, and B. We need bags 1. Yeah. And then we'll need our plates bag, which is right here. Plates bag. We need our box, right? So we need our actual Lumibricks box. That's 4. Just making sure I'm not getting anything. I've got exactly what I need. And then we've got our book 1. Okay. So I have a feeling this will probably break down in 3 different Saturdays, this build, because there's quite a bit to it. It's not a easy like in and out sort of thing. There's a lot to this. Let's see if I can set this up like maybe over there. Does that work so we can kind of see? Yeah, we can kind of see that. Still got room here. Hopefully that'll settle it so people can see what it is we're building. Maybe turn it. Nah, that'll be fine. Just like that. Okay. And then we'll grab our booklet. Got our service card, which I gotta tell you, all in all, their service department is amazing. So, it says, escape the noise of the world and find serenity in the bamboo house. I kind of need this bamboo house where I work sometimes. It gets a little crazy there. In this peaceful retreat surrounded by bamboo, city dwellers rediscover tranquility. I like that it's got city dwellers in there. The scent of tea, the sound of the zither, painting, and soothing baths bring calm, easing worries. Are you ready to leave the chaos behind and embrace the peace of the bamboo grove? Well, my hope in this, and the reason why I picked it, is I was like, I've got kind of all this city stuff built up now, and I'm finding space to put like a small city. And I was like, I kind of wonder if this house with the bamboo might be something I can build up and have like a little bamboo grove in the city that's like fenced off, and build like a fence for it and everything, and have like a little tranquil house. So that's what I'm hoping on. If not, I've got a really good stand apart piece on its own, right? So that'll work. Hey Caliba, how are you? Now, I'm gonna check over here and make sure that, yeah, it looks like everything's fine over there. Now, it has the bamboo force beauty awakens the soul, offering nature's tranquility. The trees in autumn color, so already I'm sold just because the fact that this is in an autumn theme, and my city, everything is being themed in autumn. In the study, brush in hand, let calligraphy flow with the bamboo spirit. So there's a calligraphy shop spot, tiles with shoes printed on it, sabots. Play a tune where Pequin and bamboo breeze quite soothing the soul. So there's A lot of cool stuff to it. There's also blinds, bamboo blinds printed, it looks like, onto the windows, which I like, because the last place I did, the Fallow Jill, or the hardware store, BB Tillo Bricks, we built the blinds out of modified 1x4 tiles and 1x1 round studs. So this time we're actually getting printed blinds, so it looks a little bit more the part. Relax with a bath and mask, soaking in bamboo peace. Okay. Sip tea by the bamboo pond, where flickering fireflies and fish leap from the water, bringing calm. I mean, honestly, it's like a kind of a place I'd love to just go to. I've already checked lights. Lights are all good. I've already got batteries in the battery packs. We got all that settled. We're going to go. The first half of the book is this, but we're not going to meet all of this yet. Instead, what we're going to do is, let me see if I can tilt it down just a little bit. I'm trying not to show too much leg here. There we go. But we're going to get, I think, up to this point and some of this, but we're not getting all of this part made yet. That's bags 1 through 5. We'll actually go, if we can, 1 through 4, but at least 1 through 3. And then we'll pick up from there. And then, of course, the second half of this is this. I'm breaking it up probably in about 3 days. So we'll have next 3 Saturdays. That's what we'll do. All right. Let's do this. We're gonna put that up there. Grab these bags, put them here. Oh, move my airplane over there. I got way too much stuff up here. Plates, 1 and 1. There we go. F, and it has our little minifigures in it. So, how's everybody doing today, by the way? Hopefully everybody's doing good. Hopefully everybody's having a pretty good, solid Saturday. I'm actually quite happy to be feeling better and to be up at the building table, because last few days I've not been feeling well, man. Not at all. And it was not a fun ride. To say the least. Not fun at all. So I'm happy to be back up at this table and not stressing, you know. Like I was thinking about going live last night, and I'm like, you know what, it might not be just the time just yet. So, but now I'm feeling pretty good. Alright, here we go. So let's grab all of our pieces we're going to put the lady together first. And we're going to get our hands. We have all the extra hands. Kobe, what's up? The man, the myth, the legend. I don't think so. Low budget, definitely not the legend. I'm definitely Unc Kobe. Hey, guess what? Nothing changed from the last time I was here. I'm still old, man. How's the moving process going for you? You still, Last I heard, you were talking about moving. Is that still the case? Nah, you're the legend. Ah, you're not? Okay. Man, oh man. So we're building the bamboo house. So I've got, we're starting with the little minifigures. Let me pull that up there. Yeah. Now, this only comes with 2 minifigures, but I will say, check this out. She's got spa face on. Look at that. Nice spa face. Cracks me up. I'm not, but I am equipping the PS5. Oh, nice. Yeah, we were talking about the different game systems. And I remember that now. Because I said I still had my PS2. And I still have yet. I've got a... What it is I've built my desk as kind of like a spaceship. And I've got a whole section that runs up that I have to run up underneath the, kind of up behind this panel over here. And I have to reach in there and figure out, like, why the plug is not plugged in. So I might have to pull a panel and get in there and spaceship repair, because I want to be able to play my PlayStation 2 when I can't do it right now. So are you getting a new or a used PS5? And I'm wanting to say, news-wise, they're already moving. Yeah, I don't know. If you go through TikTok, you might see a lot of people playing older GTA games. Yeah. I actually have, let me see what I've got. Let me put this guy together and I'll reach up there and look. So, I've got, here's my droid collar remote. Then over here, I'll pull this over here. I'll just kind of plug that in there. So I've got a whole station up here with games. So I've got, let's see, God of War 2, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I'm missing San Andreas. Ghostbusters video game, Ico, Killzone, Soul Reaver 2, Blood Omen 2, Legacy of Kain, Mega Man, Anniversary, Mercenaries, and Mercenaries 2, which I liked both those. I loved Mercenaries 2. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, Mortal Kombat Deception, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, I believe. Let's see what else. Fire Warrior for Warhammer, and RTX, and that last one is Shadow of the Colossus. And of course, Star Wars Battlefront, Bounty Hunter, and Rogue Trooper. And those are the PS2 games I still have. Some of them I don't have anymore because they just, you know, they either got sold or lost. But I keep them in a cubby kind of here. I'll kind of show you. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, San Andreas is good. A new one. Let's see. Here we go. I'm gonna flip camera. Okay. So how this works is I've got like my streaming stuff here, and forget all the mess up here, but this is my console panel. So this is a storage, but it goes up into here. My games are built into this rack here, and of course I've got Greeblies and stuff. The game system is right there, and then the controllers are actually behind the TV over there. There's like a light, my dice. It comes up and it plays to this monitor, and then the monitor has like a headphone that I can do, and I'm trying to find a way to get it so I can also start streaming some Fortnite Odyssey stuff on there. Then I've got, you know, other boxes here. This is navigation panel. This is the control beacon, and that is a panel for laying out your navigation controls. And then I've got all of this. This is a safety box. We've got star systems. We got these here that do different warp drives or hyperdrives. You've got your hyperdrive engaging right here. You have your this is weapons control, shield control. This is for living space, and then this is for drive here. So actually, I should probably take that off, put that to there. Yeah. So now we're in the gold, we're in the good, we're in the green, audio, all that stuff. And then I got storage over there, compartments, bumper plates, and then I'm working on this area over here that also includes a status piece, and then my containment for all of my marshmallows. So, but I've still got to paint that and get that all set up. Yeah, the color headphones, that's lavender. It has been, let's get that. I've had those things for years, and they are beat up, but they still work, and they're Bluetooth enabled, but then I also have like the cord in it, but I wanted to take them and customize them and add like greebly work to it, make it look kind of like, you know, spaceship headphones. And so that's something I'm gonna be working on soon. I had a pair of white ones that I loved that had like greebly pieces on it, and it was all like damaged up, and I had them hanging up there. My kid borrowed them, and I got them back, and a speaker's busted. I haven't been able to fix it. If I can fix them, I'll leave those alone. Otherwise, I'll be modding those. Yeah. So, hey, thank you all for the likes. I appreciate it. Oh, and then droid collar. And that's I used to make, like, I still do, not as much anymore, but I make a lot of props, and so this was like one of those weird, like, droid, like, Five Below, robot things, and then I just kind of mix it up, fix it up. I'm gonna go over here to this real quick. Let's see. Alright, and that should get that back up and going. Alright. Alright, so let's start looking at the build. You must have watched unhealthy amounts of Star Wars. Man, growing up, that was my jam. So I will admit, growing up, Star Wars was my jam. And I like, so when it comes to design, which is another reason why I really like, building and Legos and doing this stuff. When it comes to design, I love when design things work together, and like the terminology, the use of things, greeblies. Even when I'm working on my Cyber City, the small details that you put in, all of that just it excites my brain. I get really, really nerdy about that stuff, and it's probably unhealthily nerdy, but that sort of thing just makes me smile. I love design more than anything else. And that's actually most of the time when I'm teaching, because I teach art, but oftentimes when I'm teaching those elements of design, and like, hey, when you do this and this is what you get out of it, and this is how people read into it, because there's a formula based in that can kind of sway you and help you figure out how things are supposed to look one way or another. It's really amazing what if you follow certain rules and principles of design, what it can do for you. Okay, so it looks like everything we have is going to be bag 1. So looking over here, I was trying to look, there's nothing but just bag 1. Bag 1 has 3 different bags. So we will move some things around, make some space, and then I'll put the small parts of bag 1 here, and then we got everything else here. Okay. One thing I will say that I like about this set so far, if you look, we've got a business suit, like woman's clothing part here, a business suit man's clothing part, and they match up with their kimonos. So you could have it storytelling wise where they come in for the first time, and then also when they are leaving or within the place as well. So I like that they do that. They didn't have to. And I know that there's a spot in this build apparently that has it where you can put their other torsos in it, almost like a clothing rack, which I dig. Nerdy enough, I dig it. And it's kind of hidden away too, so it's hidden away like a closet. You can access it, and you can see it, but it's not as apparent as you'd want it to be. Speaking of, I know I've said it before, but I'm going to see if you all can figure it out. When does a joke become a dad joke? I'm leaving the chat open for you all, so you can let me know. Hey Tracy, how are you? Hey Michael, what's up? I like that it's watched unhealthy amounts of Star Wars. I would say back in the day there was no such thing as unhealthy amounts of Star Wars. These days I would say yeah, that's probably the case. 1x10, 1x4. I bet you I got a 1x4 over here, and then a 1x2. Speaking of which, I had unhealthy amounts of microwavable chimichangas. Oh yes, dude! Back in the day, and I hate to say it this way because I'm definitely sounding unk here. Okay, so could we revel in this? The bomb burrito. When I was in college, the bomb was literally the bomb. I mean, it would tear up your stomach every single time. You're like, dude, what am I doing to myself? But I would get the bomb, and I just loved it, loved it, loved it. It's so bad for you. I've already had 5 already. I'm making the last 2. Are they the little chimichangas, like the ones in the single bags, or are they like the bigger wrappered ones? Every once in a while, man, I'll hit up Dollar Tree and I'll hit up, yeah, okay. Every once in a while, I'll hit up Dollar Tree and I'll buy like their stuff in the cabinet, you know, their freezer stuff. Like, we have one store that has a freezer, the other one doesn't. So if I'm needing to go and get something specific, I have to kind of time it. It's like either I hit up the one that has the fridge, but they might not have my make it blocks, or if I want more of the make it blocks, I have to go to the other one. Usually when we go to the theater, we're going to the one without the fridge, because they're by the theater A, and they have all the snacks. But yeah, I'll hit up that fridge and I'll grab their express burgers. I'll grab, you know, the breakfast burrito things. Speaking, chimichangas are done. Yes. Are they did you get beef chimichangas? Kind of making me hungry now. Every time I see a profile, I think it's a cheeseburger. Yeah, dude. Nice. Oh man. Yeah, I could see that. I could see the cheeseburger. Actually, a low budget. I love your logo, man. It is very catchy, man. It's super cool. I dig it. I should probably rebrand some things. I haven't done any of that stuff lately. How are you doing on numbers, by the way? Budget? I haven't checked. This week's been kind of squirrely. I think it's a cheeseburger. So. Hey, you know, here's the thing. If it catches people's eyes because it looks like a cheeseburger, dude, that's right there. You've already sold a lot of people. Because, you know, they always ask, or there's that joke about a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And straight up, man, that is oftentimes the absolute truth. Absolute truth. My woman's won me over many times with some really, really, really good food. Cheese on top of lettuce is crazy. Yeah, usually I put the cheese onto the burger, but I've seen it reversed. You all are kind of making me want to go get Burger Time Machine today. We've got a little burger joint in my city here, and it's called Burger Time Machine, and it's full of really, really, really old posters of movies and stuff. I love it. The growth is slow, nearing nice. Pick a bunch of smaller sets to build soon, though. Yeah, dude, I saw the Rainforest has got a ton of sets on it that I was looking at the other day that were kind of running cheap, and I'm like, might be nabbing some of those. And I got a few, like I picked up, it's a Kobe brand in soon. Some of the newer alternative companies, I'm checking them up as well. Hey Bogdan, how are you? Okay, so we got a 2x2. And now we are using, I'm going to go ahead and show this off real quick. We're going to be using these ball socket sets like this in order to position the bamboo, which I like. I like that they're doing that, because then if, say, you put it together and like, oh, this one shoots in the way, you can now kind of scoot it and move it one direction or another to make room. And I dig that. They didn't have to, but they did, and because they did, I love them even more for it. Okay, so we got one. Now we are going with another. Boom, a 1x2 plate. We got, I call them the illegal plates. Yeah, I saw a He-Man set on Marketplace. Almost nabbed it for you, but they sold. What do you know? What set it was? I saw there's again, Rainforest has got a bunch of them that I gotta get some of the older Mega Block sets. But I've got the Trap Jaw, so the Gold Skull, the no, the Gold Skull is a Jet Sled. Greenish skull with purple is the Trap Jaw weapon rack, no, cannon. And then I've got the Battle Ram and the Wind Raider. So those are the ones I got. And then I have a ton of the minifigs. I've got like the He-Man, Beastman Battle Pack. I've got the I can't remember which wave it is, but I've got the wave that's got Trapjaw, Triclops, but it's like the comic Triclops. It was the Battle Cat. Oh, nice! So that was probably Battle Cat, Battle Armor He-Man, and Roton. That's another one that I'm out looking for. Man, that's cool. I'll keep an eye on the book place, marketplace, and see. All right. Now what we're doing is that we're building this socket setup like this, and we've got the anti-tile, so the tile that doesn't have the anti-studs but actually has studs on it, and we're placing that, it looks like, in here. Kind of checking to see which way that goes. If that's goes back the other way. Well, check and make sure I didn't miss something. I did miss something. I did. So this, let's pull this off and rebuild this. Okay. This is going to be the first of an awkward build. So they want it squared up, but it doesn't exactly square up. Let's see. $11, $12. I see what I did. Okay. So how this is gonna work, okay, is we're centering the illegal brick. Well, I say it's illegal brick, but it's basically the plated brick. So it's kind of, it was built because people were creating illegal brick moves. Now, when I say illegal brick moves, it's we're not gonna. Hey, Jesus loves you too. Nothing you can do about it. You know that, right? Hey, John 3:16. I love that verse, by the way. All right, so it's basically a tile that has an inverted plate on it. And what people were doing is that these chimichangas, I bet you they are, is it's like a plate, a 2x2 plate with a 1x2 plate shoved in it. How they're doing it is that now they've made this as a part, so that way it's not putting stress on the studs of the other part. So that's where the illegal part sort of part comes in there, and that it's changed the name, or it's changed the way that we would do this one technique. Okay, and so that's why, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, it's illegal plate technique, and it's like, well, these days you don't even have to worry about that technique because they make that part for it. Now that this is done, now we'll put it in there. Does it fit? Hallelujah, it fits. It fits. When I read directions, that can make all the difference in the world, right? I started a second account for Maybe Business and doing, and it's doing better than this account. Oh, hey, shoot me. Do you have it listed on your page? Because if so, I'll go check it out. I have not been scrolling like I normally have. I feel bad. It's been kind of a wild week between being sick and then some of the stuff going on at school, it's been kind of off. I feel a little off here recently. It's at 78 followers and 20K likes. Wow. Okay. Yeah, let me go and check it out after I'm done here. I want to see what you got on there. I'll follow you. I'll be your Huckleberry. Want to see what you got on there. Okay, so it looks like we're putting this here. We're gonna be popping this across here, and then we've got a jumper. So it's a brick sloped jumper, just like that. Boom. We call them jumpers because it'll start from one plate and jump up to another plate. So it's a jumper. At least that's my understanding of it. I could be wrong. I might be making up my own names at this point. Kind of like what was it the other day? I was building and I was talking about. So there's a brick that comes out. It goes out one way, goes out the other, but it's like a snot brick that has two sides on it. Now a Travis brick is basically a snot brick. So we say snot bricks. Let me kind of give you an example. Like this is a snot brick, right? So it's a 1x4 snot, which means studs not on the top, right? So it's also on the front. A Travis brick would be a 1x1, but it's got studs all the way around, one on top, and then an anti-stud on the bottom. So I had some that had one stud out this way, one stud out this way, but two blank sides, anti-studs on top. So I called them half Travises. Yeah, I'm wondering how TikTok Shop works well as a seller. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. I have not tried it. It's something I've looked at and I've thought about, but I'm not in a position yet. I think maybe over the summer I might start kind of pushing in that direction and try it. I've had a few invites, and so I'm like, I should probably start looking into it. But I'm not there yet. I'm still enjoying my small setup here doing this. And I just finished one kind of, it was kind of, I say a commissioned review. Essentially I built a set, bought the set, built it, and then got paid back for it. But it was one of those where they seriously wanted an honest review, and I did an honest review. Did a video of it, oh man, the full works on it, make sure that I covered every little thing about it, and I sent that in, and they did pay the money back, and so I got the set for free. And that was a good set. It was a fun set to build. All right, hey Alana, how are you? Alright, so we're building another one of our bamboo shoot pieces. So this is all, I believe this is the bamboo piece that goes around the back. Oh, it was the hardware store, the BB Lumibricks, which is through, it's like Bar Weir, but it was through the BB Lumibricks branch of it. That was the one that they asked me to do the build, review, breakdown, and I did. Like that was a solid build. I actually had someone asking about it the other day, and so I was like, yeah, here's where you go find it. So they were, I think they're looking at nabbing it now, because it's one of those for the price of what you get. Man, there's a lot. Gabe, what's up, my man? Hey, I got oldies. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. But yeah, that was one of those builds. Like, I really enjoyed the hardware store, and what's cool about it, if you have the skate shop by Lumibricks, that hardware store pairs up beautifully right next to that skate shop. And actually, I was looking at, like, I was counting studs to figure out my plates of where I'd put things, because I've got everything out on the table now out in the living room, and I need to start kind of moving that in here. So at one point, I want to clean up some space, start building a table to put, like, over there, and I might have to take that cabinet down. But when I do, I'm, going to be setting these pieces out. So I was kind of stud counting. figuring out what can I put with it to fill up the space for 4.5 plates worth of studs. Man, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It's a good start. Good start. Slept in a little bit. Had a good walk with the dog. Got a pretty decent breakfast, man. I made an omelet with cheese. We need a room tour. Yeah, not right now though, because this room is looking rough. Let me clean it first, okay? Maybe. No, not drinking mushroom tea. I've got soda and seltzer water, so that's what. Usually I drink seltzer water with like a Coke Zero in it. Sometimes I'll do. Sometimes like I got some promotional stuff from Dubby. Sometimes I'll be drinking Dubby, but I haven't gotten a restock of my Dubby stuff, so I have not done that lately. But normally, yeah, I think it's just seltzer water and Coke Zero. I like my Coke Zero. Can't get enough of it. Actually, I can. I should probably stop drinking it, but I really like it. Oh man, some mushroom tea, huh? Are you drinking mushroom tea these days? I know, like the mushroom coffee. I tried that. I think it was like Rise. I tried it. It was, I don't know. It was kind of weird. I felt like more like I was in a episode of The Last of Us. I was like, if I drink this, does that mean that I've got does that mean I got fungus growing in me, or I'm just gonna become a really fun guy? I'm about to hit up Waffle House. Nice! Which one? The one in Louisville? Man, Waffle House, that has always been a brawler of a place. I've got some stories about Waffle House, especially when I lived in Florida in Lake Buena Vista, Orlando area, Kissimmee. I got some gross. Now, you're in Oklahoma City right now? Nice. There's a Texoma Con going on. North Texas Ghostbusters are there. They were asking if I was going, but I did not. I found out about it kind of a little late, and I was like, whoops. They're using, I think, Discord to talk, and I struggle with Discord, man. Kobe, I'm so unk, I struggle with Discord. You know what I mean? Throw me a chimichanga, will ya? But yeah, I think they're in Texoma right now doing Ghostbuster stuff, and I am starting this build. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's on this side. That's why. Everyone has stories about the Waffle House. Yeah. Sometimes not the best or most appropriate stories either. Man, thinking about it, like back in the day, there was some shady stuff that went down at the old Waffle House. There's been a few times that I was like, I would leave, and then I would come back, or I would leave and I would check the news and find out, it's like, man, I left the Waffle House right in time. Because they would have been like, hey, cops showed up because there was a brawl, or there was this or that. 1x8, 1x10, is that right? Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Kelly from the Dells, how are you today? Or I guess I might actually have to say, how are you this evening? Because it's evening there for you, isn't it? Or midday. I'm trying to remember. I'm not good with my time, but I have a feeling that you are way ahead of us, so you're probably in afternoon time. Doing good. It's noon. Nice. Yeah, it's still kind of early here. We're still in our morning, about to hit our 12 noon, but we still got a ways. I'm gonna build a little bit today up to a point. Hey Jeff, I'm gonna build today up to a point, and then I am going to go do some service. I'm gonna go help my mother-in-law. She actually needs some help fixing some things around the house. So I'm gonna go help her a little bit later today. I'm staying away from the Waffle House, Gabe. Man, it's going good. I feel so much better now, Jeff. I fixed the train. So if anyone saw my post about the train, I was like, man, I'm bummed because what I did is I was trying to do something stupid. All right, so I got a train off of AliEx. Okay, oh, I got a restriction. Let's see what it is. I'll appeal. See what it says. Redirects users to purchase something outside. Man, what in the world am I saying that it's got that going on all the time? What's up, JD? So, hey, thank you for the share. Oh, you did. So you did get the Black Pearl. So what happened with the Mayflower? Was it just out, or did they cancel the order, or what happened? Because I know that you were so about getting the Mayflower, and then next thing I know that you messaged me and you're like, yeah, it didn't happen, but I got the Black Pearl instead. Let me find this plate real quick. 1, 2, and I've got a 1x2 with a claw on it. Maybe it's my name. Hold on. Okay, you got one joke before I go. Okay, all right. When did Anka's teachers know he was going to the dark side? When did Anakin's teachers know he was going to the dark side? In the 6th grade. Oh, Gabe, that was bad. I love it, but it was bad. That's so bad. All right, hold on. I got to back up a little bit. Maybe it's my name that got you the restriction. Are you sure? I don't know. You did cite, like, when you got on here, JD, that's apparently when I got the restriction. So I'm starting to wonder now. Same thing happened with Blue Collar, too, if I remember correctly. Just wanted to get, but decided at the last minute was too much money at the time. Okay, I see. But the Pearl was a little bit better. Haha. Yeah, they have you, man. All right, Bear Claw. Sumo God, I'll see you later. Enjoy the Waffle House. I will revel in the fact I'm not gonna be going and save my colon a little bit. Oh man. On the 6th grade. So you're opening up right now? Oh, slick. Man, that when I open this one up, and I just kind of like, I always open it up. It seems kind of weird, but I open it up, and I'll look at the booklet, and I study through the booklet, and I like to sort all my bags. I like to move my bags here and there, kind of sort them in place, and then I like taking. It's gonna sound weird. I like taking the bags like this when I first get it, and I just kind of sift through the bag, and I listen to the noise, and I like feel the texture of all the parts, and that just makes me super happy. Like, these are brand new parts, and so I was just sitting there like going, oh, and I love doing that. It's one of my favorites. So you're on a little break from building. I'm gonna buy a few before I build again, so I can start with shelves. Honestly, that's what I need to take. Like, I need to figure out like a month where it's like I'm just kind of posting updates, but probably not doing too much, and maybe doing lives like sorting or something and kind of cleaning up. But I do need to take. I think I'm on your level. I need to take a break, get some shelves up, clean up some space in here, and kind of, because now I'm kind of bleeding out into the living room. Let's see. Okay, Okay, this is it's decent sized. Yeah, I have a feeling that that's probably a huge set. I know that the I think when I built it was years ago, but the Captain's Cutlass ship that was a Mega Blocks set way back in the day before they went to Mega Constructs. Put it together, the whole hull is like, oh man, probably like 22 inches. It's almost 2 feet. It's really big. But I do have a question if you don't mind. Can I join you? Sure. Hold on. Let me get you set up and let me move some things around. I'll move this over this way so talk we can hear you. I'll turn that down and let me send you an invite. All right, let's see. I've got a restriction here. Let me see. It says not to. Okay. All right, JD. Pretty good. Let me turn you up a little bit. A second. There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, I stopped building for a bit. I finished the octopus. I still have a few other builds, like I said. Uh, I'm making my own aquarium type thing, and I'm gonna add a few builds that I do have in here to the
Mm-hmm.
aquarium. But I just want to get your thought. What are your thoughts on the Old West Hotel?
Okay. So from what I've seen of it, it
Like, it
looks.
reminds me of a bit of the saloon.
It
But
does.
at the same time, it does have a few new features to it.
Yes. It has a lot of the same like visual appeal of the saloon, which is not bad because the saloon's a cool set. I don't have it, but it is a from everything I've seen, it's a solid set.
Yeah,
Visually looking, it looks a lot like the saloon. However, there are small key features in the hotel that allow you to change things based off of the mood of the hotel, and they offer some more adult-esque sort of modifications to the hotel that makes it kind of interesting and funny and brings out some old lore, the old west stuff.
mm,
I think i think they probably would have done better changing up some of the color to it so it
yeah,
wasn't so similar, because that's what a lot of people, that's a complaint I'm hearing, is that they're looking at it and they're like, well, this looks just like the saloon, but it's not. It's a different shape. The facade, the front of it is very similar, but the color of it being similar to the saloon is what
yeah,
makes it look like the saloon. And that's, I think, where people are getting thrown off, is that they're like, it's just a saloon. And I'm like, no, no, it's not. It is a completely different build. And even the way that it opens up in the back and the fact
yeah,
that it's not cornered off, all of that is vastly different. Now, there's a lot of building techniques in it from what I've seen that look pretty familiar, but we've also seen a lot of the same techniques in, like, the blacksmith, even the sheriff station, some of the ways they're building certain things we've seen in multiple sets, including there's similarities in the build of the saloon, the blacksmith, and the hotel with the opened kind of entryway area with the chandelier and the lights. It's
yeah,
There's a lot of similarities in that build too, which you could say is kind of a signature piece of what Lumibricks is doing that
yeah,
makes their sets look a certain way. But I don't know. I I have not. I'm not getting any more Western sets now, and actually, I won the KOC last month, right? And I was
oh,
gonna
okay,
get the blacksmith set. And when I started looking, I was like, I haven't built the table out there for the display for my Old West stuff. And I was like, I still want to add stuff to the city, so I ended up getting the bamboo house because I wanted to add like a tranquil house into the city. But even at this point, I'm running out of space. I'm gonna have to take some sets down or get rid of some things and really kind of go full force on building tables around here.
yeah.
Yeah.
just want to say I'm totally out of space.
Yeah, and you've got a good display too, especially with your old west stuff, but it takes up a lot of
Yeah.
room
Like I got the blacksmith, and I haven't even touched it yet.
just because
I
of
had that.
space.
I had that one over a month.
Mm.
Um, and I think there's like four old west builds that I don't do not have yet. Like the old bank, I don't have that one.
Yep.
The hideout, um, the money stagecoach.
Yep.
I think there's another one. I'm not sure.
For like the stagecoach or just the
For the
builds.
old west itself. So I had the general store,
Mm-hmm.
the sheriff's office, the
Mm-hmm.
saloon, post office, train station, and the train and the blacksmith.
Okay. There's
So I'm trying to figure out which ones I am missing.
there's Cowboy Camp.
Yeah, the
There's
bank.
the bank. Let's see, Cowboy Camp Bank. The traveling circus.
Okay, I have that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know you had that one because we talked about the about because we I sent out the thing that we discussed to Lucas
Yes.
about the having the like the little carriage thing or like the piece that was like the bear cage traveling thing to go with it, and that
Yeah.
they sent that off to the design department. So they I think could come up with something. I sent them some pictures of kind of what we were talking about to kind of get them inspired. Um,
Yeah.
but other than that, let's see. You know what? Let's see if there's general store. You have the
I
general
got
store,
that one.
okay, and then the post office. You have the saloon, sheriff station, which I have. I think after that, stagecoach, and then the treasury stagecoach, the gold mine, the cowboy camp.
I have a
Um,
gold mine.
yeah, so it's I guess it's just cowboy camp, bank, the bandit hideout or bandit camp.
Probably it's just those three.
Yeah, and then now the hotel, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly says she has almost all of the old west. Which Kelly, which ones are you missing?
Hey, Eric.
Hey Jeff, oh the or you saying for your Black Pearl? You say it's a very nice set. I bet. Hey Eric, what's happening? So the so my thoughts on that hotel, like if I had the space and I knew that I would not be kind of out of too much pocket trying to get more of these or like and I say pocket, it's more like space pocket, right?
Yeah.
I would totally get the hotel. And I'd love to have all of the old west stuff, but it's just, man, space wise,
Oh man,
just
it's ridiculous.
yeah, it gets for those who don't know, building block kits and Lego and alternative bricks, it adds up quick, and it can add up quickly in a way when all of a sudden you're building and you look and you're like, what have I done? I have,
Yeah.
I'm now living inside my block bins, you know.
Yeah.
So it can be kind
So,
of.
have you seen my octopus yet?
I saw it when you were building it on Bearded's. Let's
Yeah.
see, Circus and Cowboy Camp's the only ones that you're missing. Yeah, and Kelly, I have. So the Circus was that was an introductory set that Lumi gave me when I joined the KOC program, and it's a solid set. It took me, I think I built it over like 3 Saturdays. The Cowboy Camp I like, however, there are some things with Cowboy Camp that just really irked me with some of the build, and that was
Yeah.
one of the ones where I initially got it was they sent me a 1x6. I needed a 1x5, and I had to reach out and fix it. That's also the set that has been hit 5 times somehow by some sort of accident around the house, and I've had to pick up the pieces and put it together. It's an interesting set. I like it, but it's not my
Yeah,
favorite by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, that octopus is wild. Look at that.
yeah. Like I couldn't believe how it turned out.
Now, were you gonna have that attacking the steamboat or the steampunk boat that you made, the riverboat?
So that was on my mind,
Uh huh.
but it's
Oh,
bigger than the steamboat,
well, but
pretty much.
it's supposed to be, isn't it? It's a giant
Yeah,
like nautical,
but
piece.
so here's my idea. You know the Lego aquarium?
Yes.
So I'm gonna make the aquarium with my own design.
Okay.
Uh, the octopus is going in it.
Okay.
Um, I'm getting the Wrangler fish.
I don't think I've seen the Wrangler fish. Is that the Lego Wrangler fish?
No, that's a GM bricklayer build.
Okay, that's why I hadn't seen it yet. All right.
Yeah. I'm getting a jellyfish, and I'm also getting the mantis shrimp.
Ooh. Okay.
So they're gonna go in my own fish tank,
Yeah.
and this one is gonna be on top.
Okay.
The
I like that.
steamboat.
Yeah.
That one's gonna go on top.
Okay. So it's almost like a tank decoration.
Yeah. So you're looking at everything else underwater, and the steamboat is gonna be on top.
I like that. It's a solid idea. I saw was it Brickin' with Mark had a thing where he was creating water and waves using nets and then clear one by one studs and then or sorry, one by one plates and then blue one by one plates and he was or one by one tiles. He was hooking them
Yeah.
together and then you could actually make it wave. That could be a cool technique to put like kind of there and then set the boat like put the waves around it so you have like an actual wave break.
Yeah.
I was
I was
gonna.
thinking about that. So Bearded gave me an idea.
Okay.
Um, I was thinking about using epoxy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me hear. How are you using the epoxy?
Um, that's the thing. Uh, like I'd probably have to put, say, a thin light, like so, give or take. Like I gotta figure it all out. But the way I was thinking was like for the fish tank, like have that off. Like you know how thick the glass piece on each side,
Yeah.
but have it a bit thicker anyway. And instead of glass, have all that epoxy
Okay.
like go around the fish tank,
Yeah.
and just have everything like underneath, sideways, like sides, and then have another layer for the top. Um, and have it like an ocean wave type thing.
Okay. So you're building the waves with the epoxy in a way.
Yeah,
Okay. It's actually a pretty cool idea.
but like everything else, when am I gonna do it?
Yeah. That is builder's lament when it comes to organization. Love the build, can build all day long for the most part. There are times when it's like, all right, I gotta stop, but it's finding the time to do the other things in order to keep the builds nice and clean and set. That's where we run into issues.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always, always, always.
Like we have the ideas, but when are the ideas gonna happen?
Yeah, I know that one way too well.
Yeah.
you're, you're speaking a language I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to admit to it.
Like if anyone is not building, but they hear this, only the builders know.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that is an ongoing like kind of issue of, hey, I've got all these. I still have sets that I put together and then had to take apart and put back in the box just because I
Yeah.
don't have room for it. And some of this stuff, like, because I thought about it's like, well, I could go and sell this or this or this, and there's certain sets that I could either sell for bulk bricks at like a minifig store, but unless it's Lego, I can't sell it as a set, and that's something that they
Exactly.
tend to shy away from. So I was like, well, a lot of these sets I have, I might put on, a marketplace thing here or there, but that's never a guarantee either. And then
Yeah.
some of the sets I take apart and I rebuild and I make mocks out of, and I enjoy that. But it still takes up space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things. My next big run will be, or my next big thing is actually going to be trying to clear up space to get either shelves up or
Yeah.
something up so I can get the sets out of the living room on what's our little kind of extra dining table and get
Yeah.
them in here somehow. Even if I had to put them up on a shelf for right now, I need to get them out because I know
Yeah.
that that's putting a strain. That'll put a strain on my family quickly if I don't take care of that.
Yeah. It's like
Woo!
there's just so much.
Yeah, there really is. It's surprising just how much space um, that can take up. I'm checking something out. Hold on. Did I do? I'm gonna look this way. I did. Okay. I was just looking. And I'm like, wait a second. Did I line this up correctly? But I did. And it's got
Yeah.
so it's got this cool kind of hinge. I'll kind of show it right here. They got this cool hinge sort of piece right here, but they have it to where you can turn it and it fits to the back of the house. And all the
Okay.
bamboo stalks are already built in with sockets, so that way you can position the bamboo however you want,
Yeah.
and and kind of make space and room for it so it fits the part and has nice rocky alcove, but then you've got all your bamboo that you can position however you need it to fit, so
Yeah.
it looks legit. I like this.
Mhm.
I didn't
That's
think.
like so the Ewok village that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had to take that one apart just for space.
That set is huge.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Like
quite
I don't
surprised.
have it all taken apart yet, but just so much taken apart so I can actually fit it in a box.
Ugh. Ugh.
But I have got to take it apart like fully to like at least I get Ewok village space.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no end.
No, there really isn't. I was gonna ask, are you looking at getting any of the new Mandalorian Grogu sets when they come out here pretty soon?
So I think what my main concentration on is right now, like I'll still get some Lumi. Like I wanna like so I wanna complete the old West,
Yeah.
but my main issue is the bank.
What's going on with the bank?
Like in the old West, the bank was smaller.
Mm.
Like the bank was almost the same size as the either the sheriff's office or the post office.
Yeah.
Like that bank reminds me of that movie Sharon Stone was in. Uh, what was the name of that movie now?
I don't. Wait. The Quick and the Dead.
Yes.
Yeah. Took me a minute. I'm like, wait a second. If I don't know my westerns, I've done something wrong. Yeah, the Quick and the Dead. Yep.
It reminds me of that building that what's his name owned? What's Buddy's name?
Oh my goodness. You put me on the
He's a
spot.
main actor. He's a popular actor too.
Yeah. I'd have to look that one up. Hold on. I'm looking to see. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but I cannot remember who owned the bank.
Yeah.
It's been years since I've watched that. It came on the other day and I thought about it, but I can't remember what I chose instead. But I remember the bank, and yeah, I'd have to agree. I could see it, and maybe that's what they're pulling from. Because even thinking about like some of the stagecoach stuff that they have, a lot of it. Uh-oh, I'm gonna drop.
Like it's like bank, but for an old west, they should have went smaller, like the old west, the old west.
Yeah, I agree with that. I might have to. Hold on one second. I might have to kind of. You can keep talking, JD. I've got to take off my glasses and look on the floor. I think I had a part shoot out of my bag and onto the floor. And this floor is a mess. So I'm having to kind of.
Missing pieces.
Oh, I know, right? Well, I'm pretty sure I saw it, but I'm like, wait a second. Where did it go?
So I tend to drop pieces, and I think I actually found another piece that I need, but I actually tend to drop brown and black pieces on a brown floor.
Oh, that's the worst. I found it. I found it. Looky there. And guess what color it was? Brown. It was a brown kind of tan piece.
Yeah.
There's got to be something about the nature of brown and tan pieces and them falling out every time you open a bag. They're ready to escape.
Yeah. So I actually knocked over a build there the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a big build, but it was an annoying build.
What was it?
One of my, I don't know if you've seen the builds that I've been doing, like the little tiny, espresso machine.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
the other one.
yeah. Some of the Zuru ball sets and the other the bigger ball sets and the coffee maker and some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knocked over it was the one that looks like Naruto.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah.
Did it shatter?
For the most part, yeah. I got some of the pieces. I don't know if I have all of them yet, but yeah.
That is the worst feeling, and that noise,
Yeah.
that noise
And
there.
I must have hit a sword or something because he went right on the floor.
Oh no.
So, like I said, it wasn't a big build. It's just like the size of a brick yet.
Okay.
But still, when you hear a build shatter,
Everything stops. You're like, okay, stop. Where's all the parts? Oh, I know that feeling.
like when I seen it, when I heard it, I should say, I was like, son of a,
Yep. Yep.
and a long beat.
Yep. Oh man. My when my kid, so I had a Minecraft sword up on the wall. And when I had all of my Western stuff out on the shelf, the Minecraft sword was up on the wall, and he had taken it down. He was swinging around playing with it. I was like, it's cool. Make sure, like, give it to me before you hang it up, sort of thing, and I'll hang it up. And he says, I got it. And he takes the sword, and he hangs up on the wall. But I guess it wasn't up there very well, and so it slips. Sword goes straight down, right into, out of all the sets, again, cowboy camp. And I had just that piece had just gotten put back together because of one of the cats running through had hit it and it fell off, and then the sword falls off and it busts into pieces. And I'm like, all right. So I was searching for all the pieces of parts. It had been a bad day as it was. I was like, all right. And my kid's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, hey man, it happens. It's okay. And so finally got that put together, but it busted because of the sword. And then shortly after, I got it put together. I finally found all the pieces because there were some in the corner in the hallway. He comes through with a blanket, and it catches the little sticks on the chuck wagon, and the set slides off into the table, goes shoo, and it pow. So I was like, all right, I'm replacing some things. I was like, well, I can't have this up here anymore. So one of the things is that when I build the tabletop for all those, the shelves will actually be turned up, so it'll go up another foot, so it'll be a little bit taller, and it'll have another shelf space in it. And then I might actually work on that today, getting that shelf done, because that could open up, or that tabletop done, because if I order the other piece and then start connecting them together, that'll open up a whole bunch of area on top for all the Western sets to build, but then that leaves a whole bunch of space below it where I can put individual sets until I get them up where I need them to go. So I might work on that actually. I think after I help my mother-in-law, I think I'm gonna be out in the garage with the drills, saws, planers, and I'm gonna be building that tabletop. Get that done.
Yeah, like I've been looking at some builds. You know not the smaller AT-AT, not the big one, but the next one down.
Yeah, the not micro build, but the
The Lego version.
yeah, it's really detailed. It's kind of like the Falcon. It's the half-size Falcon, kind of like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
I've been thinking about buying another one and combining the two, make it bigger.
Ooh.
And I'm wondering if that would be even possible.
I bet it would. You know, have you? I might even check out like the builder community on Rubrickables, see if someone has a combination of those two together. I'm pretty sure somebody has done something similar to that before at this point.
Yeah, and I'm also planning on getting another barge and combining that one.
Ooh, like the sail barge. I saw yours on the shelf there, like where you were. I saw that you have one. I'd never gotten the sail barge back in the day. How was it as far as a build?
Well, if you do it the opposite way of what I did, you wouldn't have been close to having a breakdown. But I started to separate them, like separate them before I built.
Uh
So
huh.
I had to stop that, and I just continued building instead.
Hmm.
So don't separate them, just because I couldn't like my problem was that one I couldn't figure out the bag numbers and all of that.
So was it the? So is it the Lego or is it like a off-brand?
This is an off brand.
Off-brand. Okay.
Yeah, because right now, like I did check up the price of the barge. I think it's like between 7 to 800.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, and I got this one for like 240.
Slick. I
So
was I was checking out an off-brand Razor Crest because I want to get the Razor Crest, but you know
yeah,
don't know if I can afford it.
yeah.
Huh.
So right now, like I'm looking at other off brands because like the prices, and like I want to test it out.
Yeah.
So I'm planning on making this
Hmm. Now, now you know how to
Basically,
work
all you're doing is doubling the size, really, in the front and the back
it
and the bottom.
to build it out. Now, the whole thing though is I thought the cell barge was really close in size to like minifig to cell barge ratio. I thought it was really close. Is it
Yeah,
kind of
this
undersized?
one has 3,900 and something pieces.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah. So if I build a double, you're looking at over 6,000.
Man, it's a lot of pieces. It's a lot of pieces,
Yeah.
JD.
Yeah. So yeah.
I might have to start running like thinking about pieces I have. I might have to start running a mill of like selling parts online or something. Like when I
There
get
you go.
an overstock of things.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm looking, I'm like, I don't actually need any of these pieces, but I've got 10 million of them right now.
Yeah. Well, I want to double in the size of some builds.
Yeah. Which so the cell barge is one. What are the other things you're wanting to double up besides for you were talking about the AT-AT or the
Yeah.
AT-AT?
I want to double the size of that one. The ATV barge. Let me see. I was thinking about the ATST.
Okay,
Like if
that's
you like mostly the Star Wars. The ATST, ATAT. Um, Now he had the same size window because I don't think I'll be able to get the same size window, but I'd even go bigger with the Boba Fett Slave One.
ooh. Yeah, that's and it's the is it the Boba Fett or Django's? It's straight the Boba Fett's, right?
Boba Fett's, yeah.
Okay. Man, that is an awesome ship. That's another
Yeah,
one I was debating because I was like, if I get, because I don't have any of the Star Wars ships. I've got the Mandalorian Grogu speeder bike that came out this season. I went ahead and picked that up.
yeah,
That's it's a cute build, but I don't think it's worth $10. But it's a cute build.
yeah,
Um, but I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, I do want to get another Star Wars set, try to incorporate it in somehow. I was like,
yeah,
there's also some Marvel sets I wouldn't mind getting, like the Milano, and I kind of want a spaceship to play with. And I was thinking about actually looking on and getting kind of a bootleg Razor Crest, but I
yeah,
came across, I think it was Django's Slave One, like
yeah,
his color scheme, and I really thought about it for a minute. I was like, I could, and I'm like, nope, 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 nope. Stop yourself right now, Taylor.
yeah,
Don't do it.
yeah. Like there's so many builds out there that you want, right? It's
Yeah.
just if you get it, where are you gonna put it? Like I know where I'm putting the barge. The barge is staying where he's to. It's
Yep.
just he's gonna be out wider. That's all.
Man. Yeah. We kind of I know it's definitely a like people would argue you kind of do it to yourself. It's like yeah I know, but it's also like it's so much fun to build and it's so much fun to combine sets and rebuild it. And I know oftentimes and some of the lament, some of the problem that we have is that oftentimes if something's for a good price and
Yeah,
it's available, if you're wanting to get it and possibly build it somewhere down the road, you oftentimes the urgency is there. You got to get it sooner than later because once it's gone,
sugar,
it's usually gone.
sugar, sugar's pretty awesome.
What's that?
Sugar, she popped in your live. She's got to be in
Oh,
there now.
oh, hey! I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. Hey, wow, look at there. Oh my God.
Well, and
Kobe,
Jeremy popped in too. I didn't even
Jeff.
know.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention. Hey, Jeremy. What's up, brother? Hey, thank you for the follow. Uh, and then Bama. Hey, Bama. How are you? Yeah, Bama's on there too. I'm not even paying attention. We're talking
Every one of
Star
those
Wars
guys.
sets. We've been sitting here chit chatting about Star Wars sets and the laments of building. We hadn't even paid
Lord.
attention. Oh man,
But yeah, that's the ones I wanna make bigger right now.
that's. I mean, right there, like just thinking about thinking about just like the cell barge and the AT-AT right there. That's already a handful. I'd say
Yeah.
that you got your work cut out for you.
Oh, that one was over 3,900. So that's 3,900 pieces got to come apart.
Yep. So when you okay, so I will say one thing: the most recent build I did, the hardware store.
Yeah.
What I loved about the hardware store was this: when you go, like if you were to take it apart and you were to basically walk it backwards from the way you built it,
Yeah.
they have resealable number bags that you can put the parts in those bags and just build
Yeah.
it back the way it was. And I really like that they did that, because that's one of those things like you could easily not added that, but the fact that they added that is kind of the indicator of, hey, if you run out of space, don't worry about it, we got you covered. You can put it back in this bag, sort of thing. And I like that they put those number bags in there. So I did not throw those bags away in case I had to take that apart. So when you do take it apart, are you going to like number bags and place them in bags that way based off of like what section of build you got?
Uh, no.
What are
I
you
throw
gonna
all my
do?
bags away because yeah.
Well,
I may need to get a separator, like containers,
okay,
and just wing it.
sort them out that way.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what keeps the keeps you from losing pieces, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. I actually, for some builds, I've gotten the big freezer gallon bags that have the zipper on it.
Okay.
And I will, as I have to take things apart, I'll put the sections that I know go together in the
Yeah.
bags, and I'll mark them based off of the instruction booklet. So if I have like, if I was taking this apart and I'm like, okay, I take all this apart, this is all bag one, it would be in a storage bag that says bag one. And then
Yeah.
I could just throw it all together. So if I had to go back and rebuild it from the book, I could just pull it and build it that way. Um,
Yeah.
Sometimes if I just take it apart and I know I can easily put it back together, I'll take it apart in sections and bag those sections. But I like to bag them if I can in a sealable Ziploc.
Yeah.
So that way, if something happens, I drop a bag, um, you know, someone hits it or something, or the box falls over, the parts that they fall, they're going to fall into the bag and not be lost.
Yeah.
And that's been my biggest thing. I learned by mistake because I dropped a box one time that just had the parts in it, and I lost like a handful of pieces that I couldn't find. That I had to reach out and try to get them replaced, and it was a nightmare. Three,
Yeah.
three, and three, one, and a 1x4.
That's my situation, but like I said, I'm gonna keep buying
But yeah,
one. Well, I got, as of right now, I need 3 builds for the aquarium.
okay.
Um, I'll get those 3. Um, I need probably 1 or 2 more as of right now for the circuit. I'll get those, but that'll be here or there or there. Oh, no rush for those.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
have those added to it somehow.
That'd be kind of cool. You could always
So that,
you could always build like a tank that's, maybe 16 studs deep and put
yeah,
stuff in it and then put it behind the fish tank. So that way you don't have to worry about it being waterlogged, but then you've got the build, you got the
yeah,
fish, and then you could put a background behind that.
yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out some ideas like for the tank. Like I said, I do want to add like real fish.
hmm What kind of
So
are you thinking? Saltwater or freshwater fish?
yeah, I think I'm saltwater.
Ooh. That'd be nice because then you can get all the tropical fish, and you
Yeah,
can get some really wild colors in there. That'd be
yeah,
fun. That would be fun.
yeah. Because then I can add the octopus. Because the octopus is not in a freshwater anyway.
Nope.
And the jellyfish, they're ocean. Um, shrimp, they are ocean. And the wrangler fish, that's also ocean.
Yep.
So,
You've got.
but
It's
the
gonna.
wrangler fish, that one basically is so it's almost like a piranha, and it got this like antenna on top of his head,
Yeah.
but it goes straight out and is almost like you know how you're on this donkey and you're trying to get the donkey to move, and you got this stick with the food in front of it.
Yes.
It's almost like that. That's the only way I can describe it.
So what kind of fish is this again?
A wrangler fish.
Is it like the deep sea fish?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Oh man.
Oh, angler. Sorry. Thanks, Big Trucker.
Oh. Hey trucker, what's up? So okay, that's why I was at first. I was like, wait a second. Okay, but yeah. All right. Huh. That'd actually be
So close.
that'd be a
Just added
cool.
the W.
That'd be a cool. That'd be a cool. I saw someone that had a mechanical anglerfish on their site. No names, obvi, but it was one of those that it was like kind of like the steampunk parrot that I put together. It
Yeah.
was kind of like that, but it was mechanical anglerfish, and I was like,
Yeah. So I, they might have got that one off of GM Bricklayer.
okay,
Mm.
hmm.
That's the only place I've seen those.
I saw it on the Rainforest site, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Mm.
So hmm.
Well, that's my crazy idea anyway.
I like it. I like it. Here's the thing, JD. I like your crazy ideas. They're fun, and they keep me feeling youthful because I'm like, huh. When I start to lose hope about room, I'm like, you know what? I'm not done thinking through my sets. I bet if JD can do it, I can do it too.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Now I
Plus,
don't.
I'm getting some of the builds out of my room,
Right.
so then I can. The more space I got in my room, I can get more builds.
Ouch. I was gonna say I don't know how well that's gonna work though when I bring it to my wife and say, hey, listen, if JD can do it, she's like, who? It's a buddy of mine on online. We're builders. She goes, really? That's you're gonna go with a builder saying if they can build and do this, then you can too. What about? I'm living on blocks right now.
Your wife would be looking for me.
Yeah, it's like where does he live? I'm going for him. Let's get it.
Lives on TikTok.
Like you're safe behind the digital wall right now. Run.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now my
That's a
wife.
good thing too. Dismantling your least favorite.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
like Brick Trucker just said.
What? Oh, I'm thinking either selling or dismantling my least favorite sets. I had so there have been. I do have quite a bit of sets that are like block tech that I got from the five and down, and there have been a few of those that I've dismantled them and they go in parts bins, and I utilize those parts for some of my mocks. So the quite a bit of pieces for the Japanese barbecue shop mock that I'm making. A lot of those pieces came from Block Tech, Make It Brick sets, and even there were some cheapy sets that I got. I think even like a couple of my brick loot sets. I pulled those apart, ripped them apart, and used those for pieces. I think for me is I've got a bin full of parts, and then I've got trays of parts that I haven't sorted, and that's where I'm running into issue with cleaning in here is
Yeah.
the extra parts and figuring out like where to put those things. But then the next part is the stuff that I have put together that I want to display, figuring out where to display it without causing havoc all over the house. Yeah.
That's like I got to get in touch with Fantasy because I'm missing two bricks.
Ooh, with Fantasy?
Yeah,
What set is it?
it's the Sherlock Holmes.
The Detective House?
What's that one there? Sherlock Holmes. I'm looking at the box, but I don't even see the name.
But it's the his house, the detective house or the detective lot thing.
Yeah,
That one just came out though, didn't it?
I'm not sure. I think that one's been out for a bit.
Okay. I remember seeing
It's
I remember seeing advertising for it
the
recently.
not the book nook.
No, I have the Book Nook, the Insoon.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I picked that one up, and I'll build and review it, but then I'll end up taking that apart and making a slatted house build that kind of goes between. So I'll use the front red book, like I'll change out the facade, and that'll be the outward part of the house, and then the interior part of the house will be shortened, and that'll go
yeah.
inside, and I'll build walls up and roof, and then light it, and that'll go in between buildings in certain areas.
Oh, okay. So it's the Baker Street 2021B apartment.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm missing two bricks. One on the
Ooh.
house and one on that little carriage.
Oh, that stinks. I always dislike it. Like, and do you have any alternatives to finish the build, or
No.
specific? Anytime there's a specific brick missing, that's where I kind of get unnerved about it. So I'm like out of all the pieces that could have been lost, it had to be this one.
Yeah. Like
Uh,
I can't even put the third and fourth piece on the bill because of that one brick.
oh, that is the worst.
It's finished except for that one little brick. So when I contact them, I gotta wait, which I'm still waiting anyway because I never did contact them.
Uh,
I gotta get them two pieces before I can actually finish that one.
it's gonna,
Which I'm honestly in no rush, but I don't know if I wait too long and I tell them about it and they won't send it.
I would send it sooner than later, so that way it's closer to its date for
Yeah,
purchase, and so that way they'll be like, yeah, we got you settled. I'm still waiting on parts from Lego, and I have a feeling I'll, I'll still be waiting for a little bit
yeah.
because they.
Turbo has the same issue. Like she got a list of missing pieces,
Uh huh.
and
they still have things opened up for you to order the pieces, which I would think that they're still doing it, but I don't know if it's something that they're doing quite as much, or if they're really kind of like, I guess, watching, for accounts to make sure that people are, I guess, not scamming them, or what. I don't know what's going on, but I know it's taking quite a while. Now, they sent me a shipping thing saying, hey, your piece is shipping out. It's in stock and it's shipping out. I'm like, okay. And I still haven't seen it, so I'm guessing it's just going to take a while in the mail at this point. But I don't think they've stopped replacing parts for pieces. I just don't know if they're doing it quite as often.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't make sense for them to have all those pieces, and if anyone's missing pieces, not to send them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I could imagine that would make some people really angry. Because here's the thing, like, oftentimes when we get these sets, I'm not, you know, it's like when I build and I'm missing parts, and I have to request the parts. It's like I could send it back, but then now that puts strain on that company, it puts strain on this company, and then it's like I'm buying another set. Well, how do I know if the pieces are going to be in there or not? And then it's like, well, I could, go and find pieces at a local brick store, kind of take care of it that way, which is great. But then it's like now I'm going and buying the extra parts, so now the cost of this set has gone up because now I'm spending more money out of pocket to finish up something that should have been there to begin with. It says, let's see, yeah, they are months behind. Yeah, yeah, and like I said, it was a build that my kid and I did. It was the Hellcat. We put that together, and there were two pieces missing from that. And I had a couple of plates. Like one of them is the plate for the hood, so the very front plate that was missing, and then there was another bracket piece that was missing. And I was able to kind of like coax and move something around to make it fit without the bracket, but it's obvious. So when the bracket comes in, we got to fix that. But then I found another green plate to put in the place of that green plate, but that color is so specific to that Hellcat build that it's kind of it's not as obvious, but you look at it long enough and it starts to become a glaring contradiction to the color of the Hellcat. So it's like we definitely want to get that fixed as well.
Yeah.
But it's been.
And I wonder, I'm brainstorming all the time. Um, I'm even wondering if I could, like, add the octopus, add the anglerfish, the shrimp, the jellyfish underneath the actual water.
Could. I might look just to make sure that ABS, which is what we use here, doesn't bleach off in salt water.
Yeah.
Because I would be more afraid of the bricks and the build stuff causing issues with the fish and hurting them.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, hold up. You got good news, Travis? What's up? What's your good news, my man? And Travis, are you in Texoma right now? Because I know that there was, we have an event going on. I'm not there. So I was kind of wondering if you had gone to it or not. Hey, Jabba, what's up?
Anyway, TayRay, I gotta get going anyway.
Oh.
Gotta take care of a couple of things.
Okay, JD. Hey, take care, my man. I'll be seeing you around. You thinking about doing something with Bearded at some point here pretty soon?
So I do have a puzzle I gotta work on.
Okay.
I need to get that one finished. I've had that one for a couple years now. He's all put together. I just need to glue them together and then putting on. I'm putting my puzzles on canvas.
Okay.
So I need to get all that done, and then I need to put it on the wall, and that's when the big project begins. So because I'm putting, it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put a shelf right on around the puzzle,
And then
and
put the brick heads up there
that's
with
where
it.
the brick heads are gonna go.
Nice.
But it's gonna be separate shelves, like just brick head size.
Hmm. What are you doing? Like the free float shelves, or
Yeah, like it's hard to explain them, but it's just so Travis is saying I am gonna need you, Taylor, in July for Ghostbusters backup in Houston.
for Ghostbusters backup in Houston? Okay. Hold on. Let me check that. Let me put that down. Let me check. Let's see. So Travis said 80% almost done with the pack. I'm not there. Just got back from Louisiana. Oh, okay. Nice. And in July for Ghostbusters backup in Houston, AnimeCon. Okay. Okay. Let me see what we got. And we're a little bit on a travel freeze right now, but July is kind of a ways away. That might be something I can do. So AnimeCon. How long is that event?
23rd to the 26th of July.
Oh, okay. 23rd, 26th. Okay. Yeah, let me see what I can come up with. That sounds like that could be fun. That might be fun to go to Houston. See if the family wants to go. Maybe by then I'll have my Mando Ghostbuster suit finished up too at the George R. Brown Center. Okay. Yeah, I know where that is. Awesome. All right, JD. Well, I'm not gonna hold you anymore. If you're needing to go, I'm gonna let you go. Unless you want to hang out some more.
You know I would.
I know, brother. I know.
Yeah.
All right,
All right,
well,
you take care of yourself, and I'll probably be seeing you on Bearded's Live anyway.
you got it, my man. I'll see you on the flip side.
Yeah. All right, take it easy.
All right, later. Anime My Story, huh? That seems pretty cool. So it's a whole anime con. Now here's my thing. Anime con wise, it's not something I normally do, but cool thing with anime stuff is that it gets a lot of ways to hold on. I'm looking to see if there's a thing here. It said I thought it had like a message there or something. Yeah, anime con wise, like that's not. I don't think I've ever been to an anime con, but I bet that there's like plenty of opportunity to do like my Zuckus suit, regular suit, and even like the Mando suit. Kind of get to play with that just a little bit. That could be fun. I'm almost done with the Mandalorian suit. You've been a few times. My I pulled out parts of the suit the other day. Ooh, I pulled this set is actually kind of huge. I'm kind of nervous about my spacing here. I pulled out because I had my helmet down. I was trying to fix it, and I was looking at my gauntlet because there's some stuff I got to repair on it. And so at some point I might actually take a little bit of time and try to repair a few things and get some more of that suit done. But the suit that I have, it's the blue suit, but I'm trying to find like wraps for the legs, fix the boots, and I gotta fix the boots. And give me 1 second. I'm on struggle bus with concentration today. It's that one. Okay. I've just gotta like certain things I gotta fix. I gotta fix the boots, fix the gauntlet, build the secondary gauntlet, and then fix the waistband, and then it should be actually done. I was thinking about putting some sort of fan like inside the suit somehow to keep me cool. But if it's at the George R. Center, that's pretty that's pretty AC for Houston. That's actually pretty good. Passes are $95. Kids are 60. Okay, that might be. Let me talk to my wife because that might be kind of a cool thing for us to do, and be representatives for North Texas. And that might be something that like maybe. So I'm thinking my wife, because we have friends in Houston too, like that she might want to go visit. So she might not want to do the anime, but my kid might. That might be worth looking at. So let me talk to her. Let's find out budget wise kind of where we're at, because I know we're trying to pay off some things. So that's like I might not actually be doing Fan Expo this year because of cost of things. And I'm just trying to kind of price things out and figure out like what kind of monies we do have. But that might be kind of fun to do. Plus, you mean get our Nelson on? Yeah. Same. I might miss Frightmare. Yeah, I'm trying to. I know when. I think it's the Paris, Texas con. I'll hit up. I missed Texoma, but the Paris, Texas, I'll hit up when it's up and around. I know that's coming up here pretty soon. And then the I can't remember if the library in Gainesville, was it Gainesville? I can't remember if they had their event or not, but I need to look and see. Okay, has a BrickCon March. 20 tickets are only like, ooh, really? A BrickCon? You know what? I'm wondering. I might talk to the group and see if maybe I can be a representative for that, and see if I can use BrickCon as a Ghostbuster Day sort of event, and maybe go out to BrickCon. That would be kind of cool to do. Actually, that actually sounds like fun. Trucker, thanks for letting me know, because that could be a really cool event to hit up. And then of course then get to be representative for the group for North Texas, and maybe hit some of the brick community. Huh. Okay, my brain's going now. It's thinking. Probably not the best thing. It's not my strongest point. You know that, right? Thinking. I'm really good at stinking, but I'm not good at thinking. Let's see. I hope one day I'll do something. I hope one day we'll do something in Houston, like the group, the North Texas. Here's the thing: we should. I think it's called Brickfest. Do a team up with Houston, Dallas. There. Oh yeah, no, that would be awesome. Actually, any time, and we've had with North Texas, we've had one group meet up with another group, to like the Dallas group and the North Texas group. They've met up to do some things before, and I know that the car guy that we work with, we've also looked at doing some things with the two groups. So it's not out of our realm. Like, we can do it, and they have done some things before. So it'd be kind of cool to do something with the Houston group, or with you guys. Now you're in our North Texas group, so to me that would be like you'd be representing the North Texas Ghostbusters. Let's see. I'm wrong. It's the Brick Convention. Yeah, I know you are. It's the Brick Convention. Okay. So, but you said it's in March. It's on a weekend. Trying to figure out how I can kill 14 birds with one stone now. That's probably the worst line possible. But I'm like, if I can live stream, because it's a Saturday, if I go one day and I live stream, represent North Texas Ghostbusters, and do brick shopping. So represent TayRayGun, North Texas Ghostbusters, and the live stream. Is it okay, Taylor, if I can join you? Yeah, hold on. Let me move some things around. Oh, I don't have a. I need to do a switch out for the mic so that way when people talk they can hear. I can turn that down. Oh no, I just lost my thing. Okay, I'm gonna find out what happened there. Okay, I'll figure that out in a minute because apparently. Oh. Okay, well, I just lost my monitor, so I'm guessing I'm still running, but here, let me move this over here. I'll accept that. Okay, and I might have to come up over here. Give me 1 second, guys. Hey.
It's a Taylor.
Yeah, I'm here. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out. I lost my. Here, you can chat real quick, and I'm gonna turn over here and see if I figure out what I did with my monitor.
Just lately I've been taking a little trip to the bayou and go see some family, go see some friends.
Nice. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I'm going to drop this in here. There we go. And I'm going to have to bring that up to the top. So apparently my monitor just went out. I don't know why, but I have 2 monitors. So I'm going to have to scoot past this light real quick. Alright, there we go. That should work. It's not my best, but it's there. So I'm checking to make sure that people can hear you, but also checking on the live feed to make sure everything's up and working. So now you can go. Alright. Crisis averted, kind of.
Yeah, I've been to this AmiCon 10 times. It's a good one. I met a few voice actors. They're nice.
Who'd you meet?
And I was happy to meet the Spanish team of Dragon Ball because I watch Dragon Ball in Spanish.
Nice. Nice. So when they had it, they had the dub over team, the voiceover artists.
Some dub voice actors, some Japanese, and then some. They even had the president of Japan come once, who runs Godzilla.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh crap, Brad would love this because it's the president of Japan.
Brad Wood. He's out right now. I think they're doing the Texoma thing.
Yeah, Chris messaged me this morning if I'm gonna come. I said, dude, that's like a 6-hour drive.
It's a bit of a drive. So apparently they have been they're using Discord, and I struggle with Discord quite a bit, and I'm trying to figure it out. And I got on it, and I saw that there was a message from somebody on there, and I went to get on it, and it had me logged out because of an update. So I go to fix the update, and I go to get on, and there were issues with getting logged back in, and then I got locked out for a little bit. So I'm trying to figure out how to get back on there. Once they dropped the messenger, I've had a hard time keeping up with what's going on, just because Discord is a little out of my realm in some instances. I'm old like that, man. So I've been struggling on how to get back to them and answer things or to do the polls, because I don't do well with that app. But I'm trying to keep up. I'm not trying to diss.
We're used to the messaging group because it was easy for me to wake up in the morning going, okay, there's a message for me to look at.
Yeah, and also the other thing that I liked is they had the overview, the AI overview. So it's like if I was behind on messages, that hit up an AI overview, so I could kind of see what people were talking about. Okay, and then I could move on. I do WhatsApp on the KOC program that I have, and even that app I struggle with that one too. A lot of the communication apps like WhatsApp, Discord, all those Well, not necessarily telephone. Like I can do text messages.
Oh,
Or
that's called an app called telephone. It's for international calls.
oh yeah, then yeah, I would probably struggle with that one too. See, I didn't even know about that one.
I use it just to talk to my friends out of state, like Canada, the UK, and I'm like, man, I need to stop living in Texas. I need to get out.
Yeah. Well, so did I did you see I okay. I tried reaching out to some of my let's see, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, Saturday Sunday law. Okay. Hey Granny B. So I tried reaching out to some of my Canadian friends because I had won tickets to the Vancouver Fan Expo. And I was like, oh, hey, that's great. It was with Lara Legends. I was like, that's awesome. I love Lara Legends. It's like I'd love to meet Lara Legends and, get to talk about vintage toys and chit chat and all that. And it was like, hey, check your DMs because you have Vancouver Con in your future. I'm like, oh, that's sweet. And I'll figure out like it was multiple tickets. I think I could invite someone, and then like my family, my wife was like, I'd love to go to Vancouver, and it was for last weekend. I got the notification like a few days before, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I reached out to Laura. I was like, yeah, that's kind of out of my wheelhouse. She goes, yeah, they kind of, it's through eBay Canada. They kind of gave the last minute sort of thing. So it's like, I tried. And she's like, maybe send it out to someone else. And so I reached out to a few of my Canadian friends to try to get that out there. And it was so soon. And I think that any time that we have extra advance notice, the better, because like I want to be able to do like the Anime Con and some of the other conventions that are up and at it, and the more planning I have, the better. And so like when I found out about Texoma, it was, to me it was already too late, because I'm not anywhere in the wheelhouse of being able to do it anytime soon. And
Yeah, like I even reached out to Chris saying, hey Chris, maybe we can do something at this anime con. He's like, oh, we can, but I just don't want to step on anyone's turf. Like, dude, no Ghostbuster goes to anime con I've seen.
oh, you mean for like he was concerned about stepping on someone's toes for like another Ghostbuster group?
Yeah, he was kind of worried like the Houston ones would come out and start something. Like, dude, we're all Ghostbusters here.
Yeah, no, I don't think, I think it's one of those that if if we if we let them know, and like I would even reach out and be like, hey, we're going to be in the area, we're wanting to have a few members come and join, and hang out with you and hang out with your group and celebrate Ghostbusters. Would that be okay? And not even just okay, it's like we want to come and meet you. That usually opens up the door for one group to be able to say, yeah, come on, let's hang out. After this, let's hit up, a couple of sandwich shops. Let's do this. I'll show you around the place. Like most of the time, a lot of groups that I've talked to, like if you're give them a heads up and you're genuinely wanting to meet them and hang out and all that, most of the time they're pretty cool with it.
Yeah, like the reason why I made my group the Brotherhood is because we are a local group. We're all over, and we just help everyone in the world.
Yeah, well, that's the way it should be. Like it needs to be a thing where it's like, we're celebrating, like for me it's like celebrating the love of cosplay, celebrating the love of Ghostbusters, celebrating the love of fandom and nerdism. And so
Some
oftentimes,
people have asked me, oh, can I get a Brotherhood patch? I went, well, to get the Brotherhood patch, you have to go to the president, the vice president, and me. No, who's the president? Me. Who's the vice president? Jeff. And who's your backup? Oh, that's Andy. I don't see him.
hey, you know what? Here's the thing. Like I know the patch trade has been kind of a that's kind of a big commodity in the Ghostbuster community, is people trading out patches with others. I know that I think North Texas, they traded out a patch. It's up at the firehouse in New York. It was at the Tribeca firehouse, I believe. So they've got a patch up there, and we've had other people that have asked about trading patches, but they'll ask me, and I'm like, dude, I'm in no position to trade patches. I know that can oftentimes become a very sacred thing for groups, and so they're very particular about trading off one patch for another. But
Yeah, I understand that completely.
yeah, and I mean it's one of those. It's like that becomes your namesake, especially if you're building a group from the ground up, and it's like this is my
I've gotten several different names for what I want to call my group, and my friend Jeff is like, "Why don't we just call each other the Brotherhood? We kind of like the Blues Brothers in this group." I'm like, "Fuck it, let's go with that."
I like the Blues Brother reference there. Spot on, man. Absolutely spot on.
I remember I was just drawing reference photos every day, and I sent Jeff the picture going, "Here, how about this one? We're kind of like the Brotherhood, the Blues Brothers, but we wear a fedora and we have a monocle." He's like, "Dude, I like this because he's like a detective, like the Masons kind of thing." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
I like this is the Freemasons of Ghostbusters. I dig it.
So
I dig
it's
it.
kind of funny. I look back in my family history. I'm kind of a long line of Freemasons, so I'm like, oh, so I am a Mason.
Yeah, there's been some news lately where some people have found out through genealogy that they've had family members that were Freemasons, and no one, it was not something that was just shared out with everyone. I was gonna say I saw on Reddit the other day. I saw someone had a ghost girl patch, but it was like this kind of weird voluptuous ghost, like kind of kicked back in a patch. And someone wrote, they're like, "All right, who did this? Like, who's the Joker?"
I remember when I made my first group, I had to make set rules quick for everyone.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Like, I remember I told everyone, look, you can be an old fan, reboot fan, cartoon fan, whatever fan you are still welcome in. You will not be judged, but if you want to judge someone, there's the door.
yeah. That's a quick thing right there. Any time that someone like, and that's where some of the aspects of community building um and group settings come. It's like anytime someone is being bullied or threatened about what they're liking, that's like, all right, now we got to have this discussion. But I do believe that we have to be careful about, all right, how much of it is truly bullying, how much of is just someone sharing their opinion, because people are going to have their opinions. But I think that it's like, if people can have a civil discourse, like they can have a civil conversation, and they're not, getting heated, that's when it becomes an issue. People are getting heated about it, or they're making fun of someone else in a kind of a rude and arrogant way about, you know, let's say Ghostbusters 2016. I'm not the biggest fan of it. There are aspects of it I do like. There's some of the weapons testing, some of the backlog stuff, some of the way the ghosts look. Like, there's some things in that movie I like. Do I like the movie as a whole? No, not really. Do I have it? Yeah, I own it. I'm not ashamed to say it. And I'll watch it every once in a while, usually to look for specific things. But I have seen people get almost straight up toxic about their dislike for the movie, and it's like, hey guys, it's just a movie. B, you don't have to like it. No one said you did, but you don't need to be yelling at someone if they like it. And I think that's where it's like, fix it, please. That's not right. Yeah.
Like, me and Zork talked about it on the way to Dallas once. He's like, it's good on paper, but it was just too much of everyone being the funny person. It's not like the original. You have the funny, serious, the scientist, and the one random sidekick.
Yeah. The execution of the film in total just didn't exactly work, in my opinion, and that's okay. It did not do well at the box office, and I think some of it is because a lot of people were expecting it to not reboot but to add, and because it didn't add to the previous story we had, a lot of fans felt kind of cheated by it. I think there would have been an easy way to still have them sit in with the group, tell the story that they have, maybe even be in competition with the original group, to have that kind of feeling of what they were doing, and still incorporate it where it was in the same universe. But because they went out of universe and they started something new, it threw a lot of fans of the previous IP off, and they suffered because of it. And I think that's
Oh yeah,
where,
I told people it's too much of an SNL skit to me.
yeah, I could definitely see that too. Very, very, very much SNL skit. The some of the silliness, like when she's slapping the ghost out of Patty, and that, or no, it was no Patty slapping the ghost out of yeah, that, I was like, it's kind of funny, but like like you said, I would expect to see that on Saturday Night Live, and instead it's a whole movie of it, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then the dance theme, or the dance off at the very end was, I was like, huh, okay, so this is where we're going. And like I said, I own it. I watch it every once in a while. I liked, you know, I liked the characterization of Kevin. I thought was hilarious. Like I know a lot of people didn't like it. It that made me laugh because it was just so over the top ridiculous, and he did an incredible job of playing this kind of dumb male, model sort of person. It's still, this whole glasses thing cracks me up. Like, I just, like, he pokes himself in the eye from his glasses, and he's like, oh yeah, yeah. He's like, do you wear glasses? Like, he's like, no, no, no. I like it because my agent says it makes me look smart. Just the whole thing is like, it's so ridiculous. It's funny, but
Like, character in that whole film was actually wholesome because she reminds me of Egon and Ray a little bit.
yeah, yep. But again, overall, lots of the movie, it doesn't work, and it's sad because even, oh, here's one thing I absolutely do love about the film, and I wished that this had been a continuation of the Ghostbusters, because instead of rebooting, because the whole idea of the guy breaking the wall, the barrier, and creating these nodules. Let's say the Ghostbusters, after they defeated Gozer, and Gozer was in its own, purgatory lockup sort of thing, interdimensional, had been sent out, no longer a threat, and their business was drying up, especially after the whole incident with oh my goodness, the second guy, slime guy,
Oh, Vigo.
Vigo the Carpathian. Like, even after all that, let's say New York is pretty dry. There's still ghosts, but it's not a mass level thing. And this guy, using these nodules and using information that he got from a book, and using that information that he got from a book, and even using, information that was gleaned from the other Ghostbuster stuff, like, I think having that whole part of the story together, and having him create this whole incident and create all this problem from bringing these ghosts in and breaking the barrier, the rift that protects New York from the ghosts, like, I love that idea so much. And I kind of wish that they didn't have to bring the Ghostbusters in. They could have had the Ghostbusters say, oh, I hear this and blah blah, or even say, you know what, I'm putting a cease and desist on your business, and having the Ghostbusters even jump in to, like, not be bad guys, but to say, leave it up to the professionals, kids, sort of thing, and they could still have their messaging of, no, we're girls, we'll get it done, sort of thing. But it just, I think the reboot just didn't sit well with people because it didn't. It incorporated the guys, but in the wrong way.
Well, yeah, like I remember me and Zord were watching the movie because I saw it with Zord when I was getting out of high school because I knew him for a long time. When I was watching it with him, we got to the scene of the black girl. I forget her name.
Patty.
Is it because I'm black? And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa! You gotta go there. Whoa, whoa! Don't go there.
Oh yeah, with Patty. You know, again, like a lot of the jokes and stuff. I mean, it's still like it's still funny, but it just doesn't feel as polished as the Ghostbusters film. And like you said, Saturday Night Live, that's probably the best interpretation I've heard so far with someone trying to quantify like what they feel about that movie. The Saturday Night Live skit I think is perfect. That is the probably the best shining example of what we got in that and why certain aspects doesn't feel like it works.
Yeah, like my favorite scene in that whole movie was seeing Ozzy Osbourne going, "Freaking winkers, we
Uh,
did better than England," and I'm like, "Freaking Ozzy, you made a cameo."
yeah, I mean, here's the thing: it has a lot of really cool stuff in it. It's kind of like with what was it with Spider Man, like all the cameos in that Raimi had set up with past actors and stuff that he had worked with. Like I'm all about cameos. I'm all about having those playful banters and things in there. But
Yeah,
I
I agree.
still feel that like overall as a movie, it's just not scripted as well. And I know set wise with things that were going on, they went over budget. They went over budget. They had problems with the scripts. Apparently, there were times when they were rewriting parts of the script on the set, and that,
Well, that Darren Ackroyd told Paul Foggy, "You are ruining my baby. What are you doing?"
yeah, like you go in with a game plan and get it set, but apparently the game plan was not set to begin with, and that's kind of a telltale of, you know. And I know with with Paul, like the whole idea is like, you know, you can have playful banter, you can do this and this, and you can we're gonna have them do this, and we want them to breathe naturally in the space and be able to do. It's like, yeah, I get it, and that can be a lot of fun. However, if you don't have a plan in place when you go to do it, you're gonna be stuck in that editing room twice as long because now you've got to make sense of all the craziness that you just filmed, and
Well,
you've
yeah,
also gone over budget.
like I told people, look, I love the design of the pack. I love the PKE. I wish I got to see what their version of goggles would look, but I love the trap. I just love that idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah, where it pops out the back and you throw it out. Like that whole aspect is really cool. Design wise, a lot of what they build and do, it looks amazing. I love their design choices. But
Yeah, and I even tell people it's like another episode of Marvel. It's another What If series.
yep. But again, I don't feel like it should have been a what if. I feel like it should have been more of a situation where it was like instead of a what if, it should have been tied together. And I know that they were talking about like we were like, well, we could always tie it together with interdimensionality with X, Y, and Z. We could do this, and this, and that would work too. And it's like, yeah, all these things would work. It's just one of those things. It's like, does it need to? Does it have to? Does it have to be like this? I've got to go back and do something real quick. Hold on, guys. I'm checking. Something does not add up. It says I should have
Right,
a brick on one stud and a brick on another, and I
right. There
don't.
was only one joke in that whole movie I got tired of was the wonton soup joke. I was like, okay, that's every Chinese restaurant that does that.
Oh, the the wonton soup. Ah, yeah. I could, I
Like,
could see that.
like it was funny at first, and then the second time I'm like, okay, it just stopped.
You're killing it. You're killing it, not in a good way.
Killing it, Paul. Killing it.
Yeah, yeah. That was interesting. It was very interesting. Yeah. I'm trying to remember like some of the like. Oh, here's the other part. Okay, here's the other thing that I was a little amiss about when I first saw it was the weapons testing. When they are doing the weapons testing, when they first do the weapons testing and they're down in the subway. I love
Yeah.
that scene. That scene, and including like Patty getting mad because the kid's spray painting on the wall, and she's like, "Really, you gonna do that?" And he spray paints the emblem, and they take a picture of it. Like I dig. I was like, okay, I can get behind that. I like that. And the weapons testing when they didn't test it, and they go to shoot the first proton beam, and it just kind of fizzles out and dies. I was like, oh, that is, yeah, that's sharp because you would think like they haven't tested anything. Like thinking about the boys when they go to test their equipment, they're like, we've never had a successful test of this equipment, which
I
meant that
blame myself.
I blame myself exactly. And it's like, so they did test it, but we don't see it. So it's like, huh. I kind of wonder what the testing was like, and to have this one scenario where they go out, they haven't tested the equipment, and it fails. I was like, I love that, and that's almost sometimes a Ghostbuster cosplayer's nightmare. Hey, I built this thing, I put it out, but I didn't test to see if the battery works or if everything's hooked up correctly. You go to click it on and nothing happens. You're like, oh. So that's what it reminded me of. I was like, yes, awesome. But
See, that's how I felt when I first met you. I was wearing my first foam pack and just fixed everything on it, and I'm struggling with the belt on, going, man, how do you guys do this every day?
practice, practice, and a lot of testing. A lot of standing in the mirror and looking, going, does it work? Nope. Let's take it back to the drawing board. Or you get it all together, like, yes, it's done. You go to flip it on, you're standing in front of the mirror, you're like, I got this. And you hear nothing, and you're like, okay, what did I do wrong? And so now you're following a diagram going backwards. I got
Well, let's
this.
don't get that built because we ordered the GB fans new soundboard they made, and we tested it on vehicle, and we hear it, it's running good, and then we hear it click, click, click. We're like, okay, something's wrong.
Yeah, and you're like, wait a second, what did I do? What did I do?
Like, I'm like, okay, Jeff, open the pack. Let's look at our wiring. He goes,
Yep.
okay, it's all correct. I don't understand what went wrong.
One of a million things. One of a million things. It's so hard to tell what went wrong.
I had to reach out to Eric and go, Eric, you mess with GB fans, right? He's like, nope, I never mess with GB fans. I'm like,
Yep.
crap.
Yep. Yeah, he does because I believe both Eric and I we both have done the mine was Ghost Labs 42, which is Spongeface McGee, and then he's also done of course HasLab, and then trying to remember the other. I've done Ghost Labs, and then I've also done was it Geek Ghost Tech, which I try to remember his name. I have the card somewhere, but he's the one that I got the vaporizer kit for the overheat, but then he never delivered. But I did get the motherboard out of it, but then he never delivered on the rest. He took the money and ran. But I, it might have been Ghost Geek. I'll have to look it up. But he never paid out. But then Spongeface sent me a relay for that kit for me to use. So I've dealt with Ghost Labs 42 quite a bit, and that's usually who I go through.
Well, what's funny about that, we ordered the Ghost Lab motherboard from my pack, and then we realized, wait a minute, this is the wrong order because this is for a HasLab pack. We have a custom pack.
Mm,
It's not gonna work with us.
nope.
soundboard. Do you want it? I went, yes. Does
Oh
it work
yeah,
for custom pass? He's like, yes, it does. I went, how much do you want? $420.
not too bad. Yeah, I forgot about Ninja Tunes.
I messaged Jeff and say, hey Jeff, I got us a soundboard. He's like, okay, cool. How much is it gonna cost us? One, $420.
He's like, oh.
He's like, oh. I'll go half with you when you're ready to pay for it. I went, okay. When I get the money and pay off some debts, we're gonna go take care of this.
Yep. That sinking feeling when you go to do a pack and you find out how much the cost is, you're like, oof, 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 oof. That's one key reason why I haven't changed packs and I still have the Spirit, the Spirit 80% pack, is because of the fact that the cost of switching out and going to another pack. And I thought about the HasLab pack, and I had it ordered, and I was like, when I saw that there were so many things that were kind of cut out of it, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do that. Then I've got a pack that is pretty accurate looking. It's just undersized. I was like, do I really want to try to go another pack and then find storage for this one? And so I have the pack that I have, because it is customized to me. But it is definitely one of those where it's like, I thought about looking at another pack, and I can't fathom the cost right now. Too much.
Yeah, because the pack I got from Jeff that I'm working with him is made from real brass, real fiberglass.
Yep.
And we're just putting such real parts on it. We're like, this thing's either gonna weigh a ton and it's gonna be loud as hell, or I'm gonna hurt myself.
That right there. That's the second part, is if I'm gonna hurt myself wearing this thing. If I'm gonna be wearing this all day, can I wear it? Is it gonna be comfortable? Am I going to survive? That's.
Yeah, and I gotta look at my Alice frame going, I'm gonna need another one, and I'm gonna need another back bracing for it so I don't hurt myself even more.
Yep. Man. Oh man. Yeah. There's parts of my Alice frame that I'm wanting to like reinforce, and like my motherboard I'm wanting to, because that motherboard was the Geek Ghostbuster or whatever, the one that I got the motherboard from, but I never got the rest of the stuff. I'm actually, because that it doesn't oversize on the outside of the kit, or the actual pack, so it doesn't do the overscale. And so I'm actually thinking about looking at a metal one that'll plate up to the back of that has a door where my battery cut is, and I can just mount that to that and extend the frame out so I can have that part be a little bit more accurate. But I haven't found, most people don't deal with an 85% pack anymore, so all the overscale motherboards are for HasLab and the full-size Spirit packs. So I'm just kind of like looking and trying to find, or seeing if I can find someone that can cut it for a decent price, because it has to be a decent price.
Oh yeah, like my HasLab pack, I'm actually, after I get this motherboard purchase, I'm gonna go on Etsy and get me the tools and talent hose and do some upgrades to my Hasbro pad because it needs a little fixing.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
stock pack, it looks fine, but I think for, if we're wanting that level of accuracy and stuff that we're looking for when we're doing the Ghostbuster cosplay, oftentimes I feel like it looks nice, but it doesn't necessarily feel the part. It doesn't feel like it's a complete pack, like at stock. There's still a lot of things that I was looking at when I was looking at the picture. I'm like, it looks good, but I was like, man, I would change this and this and this and this, and that's where that deciding factor. Because again, I've got a pack that is done, and all I got to do is just fix the motherboard. And I mean, it's undersized, but it does reflect like the almost like the design choice of GB1 and parts of GB2 thrown together. It's just a few things that had to change to make it a GB1 specific pack.
Yeah, like with my Afterlife pack, I kind of changed some things, like changed the hose, and I kind of wrapped electrical tape around certain areas just to make it look older.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And people at Fan Expo in Houston saw my pack and were like, "You put so much different upgrades. You made it look old." But yeah, I'm trying to make it look like I went through some stuff. I look like I passed down the torch.
Yeah. It needs to look the part, and that's part of the storytelling aspect of it. It's like, hey, when we are building these packs and doing this, it's like if we're storytelling with the pack, so we're actually looking at it and we're like, hey, I've got this, this, and this. This happened to this, so I want to reflect that here and there. If we're able to show that and show that that kind of that beat up, sort of tormented, torn down sort of look of the pack in the storytelling, and we're creating damage and paint stuff and distress that tells that story, the more realistic that pack looks in the long run. And that means that it's like, hey, I've done my job as a modifier / creator in this aspect, that now I've got this one whole pack and this whole storytelling thing. So when I go to tell the story of this pack, I can tell it, people can look at it, and they can believe it. And that means that that's when you become a kind of a master in what you're doing as far as like prop building. Is that it's kind of like what Adam Savage said, the more you can justify what you've done to this thing to show this damage, and you can have a story behind it, that makes it more real in people's eyes, more worn in, more torn up, more believable. So people look at it and they don't see it as a toy or a prop, they see it as this is a real life item. And that's oftentimes why that's why Star Wars works so well, is that a lot of the world building for it is all worn in, distressed, and torn up, and that's why people love it so much. Okay, real quick, let me do a quick update here. 2, 3, the rest are all 4s, so I'm checking 4. So I'm on my last set of bags for today. I'm gonna put.
When I got the Aslan pack, I was happy to get it, but when it came in the mail, I was like, this thing is heavy.
That is, and that's something that a lot of people have complained about, that it's heavy, but at the same time, so it's heavy, but it also doesn't feel like it doesn't feel reinforced in certain areas. It's heavy in certain places, but then it feels like it can break off. Like I know around the straps, people were saying that they feeling like there were problems with stress on the plastic. There were a few areas where they were wanting to mod, and there were pieces in place that didn't make sense, that would have caused issues with them building up and out. And so, like, again, I love that Hasbro did it, and I was seriously thinking about doing the 84 pack, but I don't know. It didn't come with the jumpers for the grooves and the jumper for the Alice frame, and it just, I don't know. There were certain things, I know that there were certain parts that were not added to it that the Spangler pack had, that had to do with some of the electronics. And so I was kind of bummed. I was like, so we're essentially, I've got a Neutrona wand. I think it had to do with some of the color changes for the lights and the lenses on the cyclotron, and there were several things that just didn't, at the time when I was looking at it, just didn't sit right with me. And so I was like, I don't know. I'm not sold just yet. So, yeah. I didn't get it. I'm sticking with my Neutrona wand. I might eventually, though. I might actually take the Neutrona wand and maybe replace it with the HasLab 84 wand that I have. Eventually down the road, I might do that, but I still have my old kit. Yeah, it's the Spangler kit that you got.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's a good looking pack. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good looking pack, but I know some areas felt too plasticky.
Like, don't get me wrong, I thought it was cool when I first got it, but when putting on the Alice frame at first was like, wait a minute, how am I supposed to do this?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it thankfully that pack comes with the kit. So that's the Spangler one comes with the kit that allows you to do it. The 84 that came out, it did not come with that. Like they did not have the hardware.
That kind of made me turn off, going, I'm not gonna get it.
That turned a lot of people off from it apparently. Now, has that thing actually released yet? Did they release it, or is it still just people are still waiting on their pre-orders?
Back to May 4th.
Oof. See, that's the other thing, is if I'd have gotten it, I'd still be waiting on it. So, at this point, I would still be using my other pack. That seems kind of sus. Truly suspect.
Like, some people have came to me and Jeff when they first purchased the first HasLab pack and they were waiting for it to come in the mail. They were like, hey, can we buy a pack from y'all? I went, sure. We're not gonna say no.
Yeah, we're not gonna deny you. Come get a pack.
But we only get annoyed with certain customers who come up to us going, well, I never got my order. I don't see your name on the PayPal or the Cash App or the Square, so what was your order under? And what was the last name? Oh, here it is. I'm sorry, I don't see your name, anything on my order sheets. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you made a down payment or you got lost in the email.
Yep. Don't. What is the term? Don't play, or don't pay. Don't play. That was the thing that killed me though about the one order I did, is that I did order, did pay, it did clear. He took the money, but then I never got the kit, and I'm like, come on, man. So you'll get some sellers that do that, and that part bothers me.
Yeah, I can't prove me off that someone came in saying, oh, I dropped $1,000 on one of y'all's pack and I already got in the mail. I'm like, whoa, you dropped 1,000? Hold on.
Are
Let
you
me check my order list.
Like, you sure it was us?
And I'll look through every PayPal me and Jeff have. I'm like, hey Jeff, I don't see nothing in our files of $1,000 order. He's like, yeah, I don't either. And I'm like, okay, this person's scamming us just to get a free pack out. He's like, yep.
Yeah, that, and you'll get people that do that. That's the hard part. It's
Yeah,
like
we had one person in our group. He was cool at first, and then he started harassing me to come a brother. And I said, dude, when you join the brotherhood, you don't immediately become a brother. You have to be a rookie first, then you become a brother.
yep.
You gotta be on your best behavior for a little bit.
And that's actually any cosplay group, that's gonna be the same way. That was like kind of the thing. I was watching a guy recently, and he was talking about like not joining the 501st. And he goes, and the reason why I say you shouldn't join the 501st is this, and a lot of it is that you have a certain amount of shows you do, you have a certain amount of this, you have a certain amount of this, and you have a certain amount of this that you have to do. It's like, cool. But that's kind of like one of those, in pretty much every group that I've looked at, that's been an ongoing thing, and that this is how this runs, and you're constantly like doing shows and doing this and doing these sorts of things. That's what you do in a cosplay group, and you're going to start out on the bottom, and then you'll work your way up.
He just messages me privately every day saying, I want to know the order size of my pack. I want to know if I'm
gotta make a payment, man. Gotta make a payment.
The money guy? No, I'm the guy who looks for the parts.
Yep. I'm the parts guy. We need the money in order to make it. And that's where, like, because I know some people are like, well, like with the pre-order thing that Hasbro does, they're like, well, Hasbro, they can afford this. And it's like, yes, but I want you to understand that when you're dealing with small companies that have, kind of pay to build sort of things, sort of scenarios, you need to make sure that you're treating them well, because their order of operation on how they're able to do things is a lot different than Hasbro. Yes, can Hasbro afford it? Yes, they can. Do they want to take that risk always? No, they don't. Other companies, can they afford it? No, most of the time they can't. They are using the money that they get from pre-order to purchase parts and to deliver the goods. And that's where people sometimes, like when you're purchasing like kits like that from smaller companies, you have got to give them a little bit more time, a little bit more grace, a little bit more effort, because it's not going to be an immediate thing.
Yeah, and that's why I tell people every time they try to order a pack from me and Jeff.
Yep. Give them time. Give
Like,
them
I told him,
time.
either make a down payment and pay us weekly pay, or pay the full price, which is just $600. Or
And
if you want the deluxe pack, which is now me and Jeff are looking into fiberglass, we tell people that it's going to cost you at least $1,500, so $1,500. They're like, why so much? Because the fiberglass has to sit for a while.
yep. Yeah, fiberglass has to sit. There's the whole. Hold on, I'm missing something here. No, I did that right. Okay, I'm just checking. I'm like, did I do something right? Fiberglass has to sit. Molds have to be clean. You have to put conditioner in there to remove the fiberglass. Fiberglass takes a while. Like, I have done fiberglass back in the day, and I remember, like, even on small projects, I'm like, oh, hey, cool, a fiberglass. And it's like, I'll make like 14 of these. I'm like, oh, I'm making one today. I'm pulling it, cleaning, and then tomorrow I can make another one. It's like, yeah, it's not an immediate thing. It has never been an immediate thing. That stuff takes a while to cure. It is not as fast as some people think.
Like, I remember when Jeff finally looked into do fiberglass stuff for the first time. It took him 3 months just to let it dry because he's working in the basement.
Oh yeah, if there's moisture trap, yeah, it takes a while there too.
And I remember when he first called me saying, "Hey, brother, here's your shell." I'm like, "It's beautiful."
But yeah, that was like quite a bit of time later too, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, and well, that's right. I mean, we're just looking for parts every day on eBay or websites where they're just, let's just get the parts real quick and let this dry, and then hey, here we go. We just put it together, slap it together. Nah.
Hey, Low Budget was asking, what business do you run? So he's probably looking at.
We run a one-to-one scale foam packs for stump packs, we call them. And that's how I met Jeff. We met on Facebook Market.
Do you have a? Hold on, I'm gonna find this part. Do you have a name to find you under for it?
I think it's under Jeff's stump packs on Facebook. I don't know what other websites we have, but if one day when Jeff is down here, if he ever does, I will probably take some photos and post them on TikTok to have people look at.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good. And that way, if you have the information of how to find them, you can put that on there. I know there's going to be people that are going to be interested. Budget, are you thinking about becoming a Ghostbuster?
Because he didn't like the Hasbro pack, so they just called Jeff.
Yeah. So I'm actually, thinking about equipment and everything else. I'm actually thinking about taking my spirit trap and reworking it a little bit because I took the HasLab pack with me, or the HasLab trap with me the last time. That thing is so heavy. It is a beast to carry around. Now my PKE I've pretty much switched out, so I use the HasLab PKE, which I think is a phenomenal piece. Like, I absolutely love that PKE meter. I'd still work on other PKE meters here and there, and I gave Brad, he wanted his PKE fixed, but I haven't had time to sit and work on it, so I sent him my old one, and then I got his PKE, and so I'll actually end up like doing the light sequence and fixing all that up. But I really do like the HasLab PKE. I feel like that was a solid build. Like, that piece is just amazing.
Like, I like the HasLab trap, but it does weigh down your pants.
Dude, I am constantly picking up my drawers, walking around at a con with that thing on. Like, it's gonna take my pants, it's gonna take everything. It is heavy.
Ghost is gonna clap some cheeks.
It's gonna get me, man. Yeah, I remember I wore it out. I wore it out one time. I'm trying to remember where I wore it the first time, and I about halfway through the show, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. It's too exhaustingly heavy, and I just like constantly feeling like I'm having to pull my pants and everything up. Like, it's too much. Hey, Stu Brick.
Me and Jeff were making jokes just one day on video call. We were like saying, Jeff, you know what we need to build? He's like, what's that? Foam traps. He's like, foam traps? Foam traps.
Yeah, because the lighter, which is why, so there was some traps that came out that were kind of gutted. There wasn't anything in it, and they were just kind of facades, right? And people were taking it and just putting a blinking light on it and then putting a hanger for a belt. And I wanted to get some because they were supposed to be like $20 when they came out, and they ended up being, I think it was like 35, which I was like, oof. But I actually wanted to get some because I wanted to, without the electronics and stuff in it, I was like, that'd be perfect to have, hang up and put on the side of my like vehicle or kind of in the window, where I could have these just facades of traps, and they're not weighing like candles down and causing all these issues, where I could have multiple traps up, and it could look like I'm, doing business. I've kind of got things going, and I'm not weighing everything down. And to print some of those traps are kind of pricey because the way that they have the parts printed. I found some people on Thingiverse that have those trap prints, but when I started running it through the city of Denton to do like the forge, like when I started getting pricing back, I was like, yeah, I'm not paying for that. So it's like, having those cheaper pack sets, I think would be great. I think they need to bring them back.
Oh yeah, like, I remember some fellow asks, oh, do you guys make foam goggles? I'm like, why would you want foam goggles? They're gonna fall apart anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, again, they're not, if you're wearing it on your belt, and if you're wearing it on your belt and you don't want it to weigh you down, and you're not going to wear them, but you need them, like, it makes sense to have lightweight goggles. Though, I will say the Spirit Halloween goggles are pretty light as it is. That was never a concern for me. That hangs on, like, when I have mine, I don't have them very often, but when I have them, they just hang on my belt, and it's nothing. But the trap, especially the HasLab trap, I can't wear it on my belt. It's too heavy, and I don't have enough butt to keep it up in the air. So I'm constantly feeling like I'm having to pull everything up, and then my suit gets all messed up, and then it's like I'm having to take off the belt, reposition everything, put everything back on. So that trap has become a mainstay in the house, and if I go out, I'm taking the Spirit trap if I have to have a trap on me.
Yeah, like when I'm at the AmiCon, I'm gonna have the trap on me, but I'm probably gonna only leave my PKE probably in my pocket.
Yeah. I could.
My friend Sean, you don't hear Sean do a surveillance reading for me.
You're on meter work right now, buddy.
You're meter work. You don't get a pack until you prove yourself, sir.
I saw your weapons test. It wasn't good. Hey, Trucker Dan, how are you?
I saw you at the Ghostbusters Academy. You didn't do well on your test.
Yeah. Consider yourself still placed in rookie conditioning. Okay. you're on PKE. You get to throw the trap, but other than that, you don't get the big toy just yet. I got him.
Ghostbusters rookies get to do. Oh, you get to clean traps, clean the PKE, clean the axe, clean the boots. You get to
Yeah.
do everything like a
you're on ghost latrine duty, buddy.
Good for. That's to clean the containment units. I made a mess on aisle 5.
You kind of you walk up and be like, "Hey, welcome to the team. Glad to have you." And you hand them a toothbrush. They're like, "What's this? I don't need to brush my teeth." Oh no, that's to clean the traps, please. Get in there. Really, you got some small areas. You want to get all the ecto juice out. You want to really clean it up, make it sparkle, but you don't want to have any leftover residue, or we could have a haunting in here. Get to work.
Yeah, I'm looking for marshmallow goo from my last container from the bees.
Oh, of course. Poor rookies. I say that. I was a rookie once, too. I guess.
Well, he told me, ever since I joined the group, I don't mind being a rookie. It's like, dude, rookies don't get patches. I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. I need to hit up some events so I can make sure I keep my patch, though. Because I have not been at. I did, Toys for Tots was my last event, and I haven't done one since. But I also did the. We had a Ghostbuster luncheon at my school, so I've had that, and I've had a few more. But this year has been kind of light starting out, so I really need to find some events for me to go to and do. But I've started to enjoy a lot of the smaller events. I found the bigger events have been kind of rough on me, and I like to hit up the small ones when I can, because I feel like they're kind of more my speed. They're more my speed on my pocketbook for sure.
I need to start going to more events to keep my patch too.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, any time that you're in a group, and I mean, I know 501st is the same. A lot of the cosplay groups are the same. If you want to keep tabs on things you want to keep in the group, you're gonna have to put that effort in to be there. And that's where, like, this year, it's been starting off, it's been kind of rough, because it's like, hey, I took this on and I'm actually doing business out of this, but now I also need to make sure that, hey, I might have to miss a Saturday here or there in order to keep my patch and stay, keep with the group, stay good with things. And I want to. It still means something to me.
Like, I might go to Frightmare. I might, like, Friday night, like, late Friday evening, drive up there and go up there on Saturday and come back home Sunday.
That'd be cool. I haven't heard much about Frightmare. I know the Texas Haunters. I missed it last year. That's one that I enjoyed doing the last time. Frightmare, I don't know. I started looking at it, and I was looking at the headliners. I was looking at some of the stuff that they had going on, and at this point, like, the last time that I was at Fan Expo, and I bought tickets for Fan Expo, and I was there, and I enjoyed being there, but I was also told that I had to, I was walking around, I was representing the group through. First day was like my day, right? So I did the Tuscan Raiders. I was trying to impress the 501st. They were kind of impressed, but at the same time, it was not they didn't want to just, like, bring me on. So I was like, all right, well, that kind of settles me right there. I've already got my answer of how I feel about that. But it was the second day I did the Zuckus, and he told me that he wanted to be able to see my face. And I was like, well, you know, I've got these cosplays, and it didn't have to be my face. And at the time, I was so tired from the previous stuff I'd worn that my pack was busted. That I went in a different. I did my engineer suit, but I didn't have my pack. I didn't have my equipment. I just felt kind of awkward, like it didn't work exactly how I wanted it to. But I did that. I stayed, did a little bit of shopping that day. Usually Sunday is my shopping day, just because everybody's trying to get rid of their stuff. But I had fun, but it was also like by the time I was done, I also felt like I had to have like 4 days of recovery. And then I found out that I also missed some of my training that I was supposed to do for my school that day. And so I was like, whoops. So, yeah. I got to be careful about that. I might not be able to do this year because I think it falls right on the same day as the training that I'm supposed to do. So I'm trying to... I haven't bought tickets for it just because A, cost-wise right now, and B, I'm looking to make sure it doesn't fall within the school stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah, like I reached out to Chris about the anime con. He goes, well, it can be fun as we can do as like a fun trip for the group, but attending, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure he has a reason, but you know, here's the thing. Here's the thing:
Well, I just want to invite everyone, see everyone in my area.
if here's the thing though, if we're able to go, and we're able to go and play, and hold on, I gotta turn this, and we're able to go and hang out, and I'm able to do it, I'll definitely represent the group and play and enjoy, and I'll do my best to make sure I'm on my best behavior. I don't know how much of that is well worth said, because you know how I can be, but I'll try my best. It's at least worth trying.
I went to Houston's Nostalgicon last year with my cousin. I had so many people stop me, even some Houston Ghostbusters going, it's a North Texas Ghostbuster in Houston? What? Like,
Yeah.
what's up?
Just hanging out, man. Coming to visit, seeing what's going on.
I'm like, wait, you live in Houston, but you're part of the North Texas? Yep.
Yes, sir. Did they
I
seem?
forgot which group it was, but she kind of messaged me. She's like, why didn't you just join the Houston group? I'm like, yeah, I didn't think about it.
Yeah. Well, sometimes, like, here's the thing. Originally, when I was looking at the cosplay groups, originally I didn't know anything about the North Texas group, and the other group that was available was the Dallas group, and this was before the Rangers split off and did their own thing, right? And
Yeah.
I was looking at the groups, and I found out, oh, that one. Hey,
Can I hang out at Ashley's house for a little bit?
I'm fine with that. Take your key. Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Alright, bye.
Where's mom?
She left.
To okay, for the dance stuff. All right, sounds good. Bye.
Bye, Elijah.
Yeah, he's already out the door. He's like, boom. We've got some new neighborhood kids that he really enjoys being around. So he's gonna go hang out with them and play for a little bit. After I'm done with this bag, I gotta get off because then I've got to go and help my mom-in-law. I told her I would go and help her with some stuff. Oh yeah. So anyways, when the groups first started, when Afterlife was coming back in theaters, and everyone was like, hey, I've been wanting to do this. It's time to jump in there and actually get it done. And so I had been building a pack and getting a suit ready, and it wasn't the most accurate jumpsuit in the beginning. It still had a lot of work to do. It was not the best thing, but I was like, hey, I'm gonna reach out and find out, and found out the one group that I was gonna ask dismantled, and there was nothing else. And so I was like, well, I could either start a group or, we'll have to figure something else out. And so I ended up starting a group that was the Real Ghostbusters of Denton, Texas. And I was like, I'll just kind of keep it to the community. And for the longest time, that was a group where I did Toys for Tots with Linda and them, and I helped them out as much as I can. And I remember that first year with had a little green car that I made my Ecto. It was very silly. It had magnets on the side for my Mooglies, and I think I gave those to Billy to help him out. But I remember going with what equipment I had and mocking things and modding things and helping out and doing charity work, and I loved it. And Zach actually was in my group in the beginning, before he went to the North Texas. But I'm a pretty poor manager when it comes to managing like a whole group. I'm not very good at it, and so for me, a lot of members, they were there, but then we never got together. We never really did this or that, and then North Texas Ghostbusters found out about them later on. They actually, Chris reached out to me and was asking about meeting and all that. I'm like, sure. And so I met at a Halloween convention and met with them and hung out for a little bit and enjoyed what they did. And I said, I'll join your group. And that's why, like, my original jumper still has the Denton, Texas on it. It's because I was allowed to keep that Denton, Texas on my suit, because that was that's my original suit from the Real Ghostbusters of Denton, Texas. And so yeah, it was a fun little, I got to keep those aspects. And so I dissolved the group, found out Zach was there, and then brought Myra on. She was also in my group. And then we had one other member that I was trying to bring over, but she went to the Rangers. So she did not want to go with the North Texas. That's okay. I did see her, like, when we had the convention and we were over there near the Rangers. I did see her and I said hi to her and everything. I was like, hey, how you been? Blah blah, and chatted for a little bit. But yeah, she went with Rangers group, and I think it's because it was like closer to her and for what they were doing. So yeah, but yeah, there's a few members. 3 members of the Real Ghostbusters of Denton, Texas are a part of the North Texas Ghostbusters.
I know when I made my group, I did as a joke for a little bit, then it got serious. I'm like, oh, we're really being serious this time.
Yep. And that's...
I remember we were before the Brotherhood, we were going to call the Ghostbusters Norse because I want to be Viking themed.
That would have been cool. That would have been cool.
Me and Jeff were like, wait a minute, Ghostbusters and Vikings, can this work? And I'm like, I don't know, but I can see a Western Ghostbuster.
Oh yeah, and that's actually the whole Western theme. There's a few members of our group that are pulling off like a steampunk Western thing now, which I think is awesome. It looks great.
Yeah, and then going with the Brotherhood, and I'm like, okay, I can stick with this group name more because I actually like it. It rolls off the tongue easy and it's easy to remember.
So are you doing? It's the Brotherhood. Like, you're still doing the Brotherhood group now?
I'm still am. It's just my messaging group has been dead for a while, and people are still in there, and I'm like, I need to encourage my group to just come, let's do a fun group tour finally.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I say go for it. It's the management part, and again, one of the things that I struggled with when I had the Real Ghostbusters of Denton, Texas, was the management. The management part is tough. It's really tough. So like stuff that Chris goes through.
People, if I leave this group, I'm not leaving my family behind. I'm not hurting y'all. I'm
What'd they say?
I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. We're all in different groups too. I'm like, yeah, we're basically the guys in the background who help everyone else. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Thank you. Someone gets it.
I like that. Yeah, I mean,
I remember reaching out to Chris, going, hey, Chris, I'm Travis with the Ghostbusters Brotherhood. I'm coming to Dallas Fan Expo for the first time. I'd like to meet you in person, and would you like to join my group? And he's like, yeah, sure.
nice.
First time me and him at Fan Expo, I shook his hand. He's like, I can't talk now. Gotta pee. I went, oh okay.
Yeah, that was the event that I was at. That's the same one that I did the Zuckus.
Well, that was my second year going
Oh,
this year, last year, but
the
the
first
year I met him was just hilarious for me.
the first year, that was the one that they had Grace McKenna, and yeah, that's the one. So that's the one that I missed. That was the one that I had gotten tickets for, and was so excited about going, and then I was no wait hold on, I wasn't able to get tickets. That's what it was. I wasn't able to get tickets because I found out that the the performance stuff that my wife does every year was on the same exact day, and we were going to be out of town, and so I couldn't do anything. I was like, well, there goes that. And so I remember I didn't even get tickets, and that then they announced McKenna Grace was there, the Ecto was there, and I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? The one year I'm not able to go, and they've got like a plethora of Ghostbuster stuff, and I was like, are you kidding me? And then I went, the following year, and I was like, hey, it'll be a good lineup, and it was like meh, meh. It was okay. It was.
Oh, yeah, and I remember just sitting there at the group table, and Chris and I were just chit-chatting back and forth, and we were like, I'm like, okay, can you introduce me to everyone in your group? He goes, oh, this is Brad, the Wolfman. I'm like, oh, you look like you like classic horror. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I do too. He's like, we can be friends. Like, yay!
Yeah, Brad's doing like he's doing his whole TikTok channel, the Wolfman TikTok channel, and he's been still trying to do his live stuff, and he's doing pretty good. It's been a while since I've been able to check out his lives, but I know like he's doing well on TikTok actually. For the algorithm, I was like, I'm happy for you, man. You're doing good. And I haven't checked up. I need to actually call and check up with him here pretty soon, just to make sure he's doing okay. Cause he's in my town. I see him, but I know that there were some things going on with work that was causing him some issues. So I just want to check in, make sure he's doing okay. But yeah, it's weird some of the friendships
I
I've
tried to
made.
call him on New Year's and chatted through him through New Year's Day just to keep his day going because he needs someone to talk to.
Yeah. Let's see, you're doing good, man. That was kind. I did not do that. I'm a sad, bad monkey. All right. Don't laugh at me. I'm a
Biggie, you've been a bad monkey.
I'm a sad, bad monkey. Sad. What I call it, a sad panda. Sad,
I
sad
kind of
panda.
reached out to Chris like a couple days ago. I said, dude, I'm thinking about saving some money. And I'm gonna say screw it and buy me the Viking Props slime blower. He's like, you're gonna drop $3,000.
Oh,
Like, don't test me, Chris. I'm gonna do it.
oh man. Yeah, I have a nozzle, and I have stuff starting for the slime blower, but man, you talk about a complex build. There is some, like, if you have the money to purchase it outright, that might be a way to go, because building it from the ground up, it's complicated. It was probably more complicated than when I first started looking at it, and I have like a few reference photos, and I have like the nozzle, and I started building the canister, and I'm like, this thing is, it's not as straightforward and as easy as I thought. Um,
No, but there's not many YouTube videos on how to build one.
nope, you'll see a ton of things on the Proton Pack, but the slime blower, there's not quite as much. It is truly like, it is one of those that it's a fan build because there are not as many fans of the slime blower. Not at all.
I told Chris if I buy this, I will donate it to the group. Everyone can use it, but the question is, who wants to take it home?
Oh man, that's one of those, because I would hate to be in charge of that, knowing how much it cost. I do not want to be its keeper. No offense, but I don't want to be in charge of that one. Oh,
Yeah, like me and made jokes a few times. We're like, maybe we should build a slime blower, but we make it out of foam. And he was like, yeah, and make it shoot silly string. I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. Let's just do that.
there is a guy on Thingiverse that has a plan for the slime blower that does shoot silly string. And I mean, it's great, but again, you're having to print it, and I was looking out because there were some parts I needed to get printed and do some things, and I was looking at pulling that kit and using that for the slime blower versus what I do already have, you know. And I started pricing it, and I'm like, it's not that much. It would have cost me about $60 something to print the parts, like just for the canister, right? Which is not bad. But then I'm like, okay, but then everything has to be sanded and primed and filled and sanded and heated and treated, because the printer that I use with the city of Denton is not a resin printer. So, and the parts are big, so there are certain parts that I would actually had to send out for, or have broken up into multiple pieces and then piece it together. And not all of their prints are good in the way that they're pieced together for large scale in a way that it makes everything line up. And so I was afraid of, well, if I do that, then this and this and this is not going to line up. And how much do I really want this thing, or do I want to just kind of go back to trying to build it from the ground up and just have it look the part and not be functional? So there's a lot in trying to figure out, like, what do I want out of the piece, and if I really want to have a functional piece, or if I want to have just a piece that looks good. Does the Viking one, is it functional?
Like the Viking Pro has like the football pad stuff on it,
Yeah.
but he wants like $3,000, and it takes 12 months of building.
I mean, that it makes 12 months it kind of makes sense. It's like I wouldn't want it to take that long, but it does make sense.
Well, yeah, and I kind of did the math on if I purchase it now, I'm not gonna have it in time for Haunters or Fight Mirror, so it might be right for like next Fan Expo down the line.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
And then like I thought about it for a little bit, going, if I buy this, how am I gonna get it in my car?
Yeah, that was another thing. So when I started getting into prop building, because that was a big thing with my gaffy stick for my Tuscan, was, all right, I'm gonna have to be able to put this in my car. I'm gonna have to be able to travel with it. What kinds of things can I do? And so I started learning how to build brakes on parts. So like my gaffy stick comes apart, because it's it's long. It's like what 3 foot something. Like it's a huge gaffy stick. And I remember with that one the getting it into the show. I couldn't carry it on its own. It had to be in a bucket. And so I had to figure out how to break it apart so it would fit in the bucket, and then be able to put back together so it would hold and not break apart in the middle of the show. That was tough. And I think the slime blower would have to be the same way. You'd have to be able to find a way to detach parts so it can like sit in a crate but then you're still crating it, and that's a huge thing to carry in a car.
Yeah, and I kind of thought about when it's shipping to me, that thing's probably gonna show up in a crate, not in a paper box, a crate.
Yep, yep. It'll be a crate on your front porch, and you're like, oh, okay, now what do I do?
It's gonna be like the movie with the Christmas one, Fragile. It's Italian.
The fragile. It's Italian. I love that part. Oh man, I saw someone did it was a Star Wars referenced leg lamp thing where it was C-3PO's leg with R2-D2 as the lampshade. It was his.
Yeah, I did get someone who does a Wookiee's leg one, but would put fish nets on it.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
I am a weird guy. Like, I'm pretty weird, but if I see a Wookiee girl doing that to me, I'm like, don't stop. You're tempting me.
You're like,
Damn it.
you look at it and go.
I'm gonna mess with a Wookiee. Don't mess with Wookiees. I'm gonna mess with a Wookiee.
Oh man.
Give me some cubbins.
Oh man. All right, let's see.
Yes, yes.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm gonna make some weird inbred babies.
Oh no. We went there. We did. I was gonna say, hold on, I'm gonna check something out real quick. I'm looking out the window. So, do you have any plans for new cons coming up here pretty soon, or are you on a dry spell?
My birth in 2 weeks.
Your birthday's in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Nice. What are you gonna do?
I might have dinner with the family, or I might reach out to the group before my birthday shows up saying, hey guys, I know this is kind of last minute, but if you guys would like to come down to Houston, I'd like to see y'all. Maybe we can go to Cidercade, play some games.
That actually be kind of cool. You
Come
said,
down on Saturday, you guys can go home on Sunday, kind of have a nice all hangout one day.
and you said it's in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's March the 5th, so everyone can come probably down on the 7th.
Okay. Have to look. I know there's a couple of shows coming up that are shows for my school, and I've got to figure out when those are. There's like a reception that's like one night on a Saturday, and then nothing on Sunday. But I know one of the nights, and I'm trying to remember when it is. I have to be there, so I will keep an eye out for that. But that would be kind of cool. Go and visit. I haven't been to Houston in a while, but getting out sometimes is tough.
Take some friends, like from the North Texas side, go down to Bay City, go see Jenna at her job, and have a few beers.
Yeah, man. There's some cool stuff in Houston too. Like I love was it oh my goodness, what's that artist's name? Is it Rothko? The Rothko Chapel is really cool. Have you ever been there?
There's also the Church of Science.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one too.
Yeah, so yep, just stay away from the Church of Science. You're obviously Catholic, just stay away.
Because that's a Scientology church, isn't it?
Yeah, they try to get me in a few times. I'm like, nice try. I know what you guys did to Katie Holmes.
You're like, not gonna do it, guys. Not gonna do it. What was the I think well, he goes by Durf, but it's Fred Byers on YouTube. He's one of those oh my goodness, he's like a prankster kind of person, and he did a thing in, I think he's in Florida, but he did a thing where he was going to the Scientology church and trying to get in there, and they like he was, by the time he was done, he was kind of afraid for his life. He's like, and like they had him watching all these videos, just one after another, and then ask him how he felt after he was done. He's like, I feel fine. It's like, I'm thirsty. And like, oh, we'll get you water. And it's like, well, I can get up and we got you. We'll bring you something. And it was just very awkward, very awkward. I remember my kid and we watched that one. And I was like, he was asking me about it. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know about this one. Like, it's not. I definitely wouldn't go there. But
Don't join the Church of Scientology, kids. Join the Church of Christianity.
Yep. And that's the thing. Like some of the, when like the whole Scientology religion based off of Dianetics, the book. It's kind of like it's a neat. Hey, don't get me wrong, it is an awesome and incredibly neat sci-fi story. That's kind of where I leave it at that, and that's just my opinion on it. It Some people would say, well, no.
I wasn't the biggest fan of L. Ron Hubbard. For some reason in high school, I thought he looked like a pedophile as a kid.
Oh, I could see that. I could see that. But here's my thing. The books, like I've got some of his books. I can't remember which ones I have. As an author, though, I thought he was okay. He was probably not my favorite. I'd say out of all the old sci-fi authors, I was a bigger fan of oh my goodness, Asimov, and then of course Philip K. Dick, and Ray Bradbury. And so, like, I really enjoyed their work. I just was not a fan of L. Ron Hubbard. It just, his work never really resided with me. And then, of course, I liked, when it comes down to like Tolkien and his work for fantasy, like I love like Lord of the Rings, a lot of the Hobbit, including the Silmarillion. Like I enjoy reading those. And then C.S. Lewis, I really enjoy. And then when it comes down to like science fiction, I was a big Frank Herbert fan as well. Though certain aspects of like the Dune saga, pretty much after God, not is it God? Yeah, God Emperor Doom. I kind of stopped just because the stories get a little. They don't seem to make quite as much sense afterwards, and I'm sure that there's some Dune fans that are like, no, you're wrong. But I could not get into it like Dune is probably my favorite.
I can never get into sci-fi books, but I can get into a western, horror, maybe a murder mystery if I feel like it. And then if I'm in the mood, I'll go straight to fantasy, like The Hobbit. I love it to death.
Oh yeah, Hobbit's great. Well, I think for me at this point, like one of the hardest parts for me as an avid reader is I don't really have time to be an avid reader anymore. So now these days, if I read, it has to have pictures in it. Pretty pictures. I read a lot of graphic novels and stuff. I'll do that, but I don't get around to reading quite so much. Though I have a reader for Bram Stoker Dracula, and I've got a lot of his stories like Lair the White Worm. Oh my goodness, Lair the White Worm, Dracula, Dracula's House, Return of Dracula, and then I have Mary Shelley's stuff. So of course I got Frankenstein. I actually just got done reading a young reader's edition of Frankenstein with my kid, and then outside of
First graphic novel was Brian Lee O'Malley's Scott Pilgrim, because it was the book that got me called into reading.
oh, Scott Pilgrim's awesome. I enjoyed that one.
Like, I kind of make jokes to people. If you want to know what Scott Pilgrim is, I just say it's a Canadian manga.
Yeah, I could see that. That's actually a smart way of putting it. That's a really smart way of putting it. Canadian manga.
Yeah. Like, I had the old version from black and white to now into hardbook cover that's now in color, and people have asked me, oh, which one do you
Yeah. Yeah, because everything is done in black and white except for like the action stuff. That's the one stuff in red. Am I correct?
Yes, and
Yep.
there was like a book I read in high school, and my teacher was very speechless. I was reading it, and it's a big book. It's called Berserk, and it's an anime.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese old anime from the 90s, and she remembers this. She's like, that book is so big, you're not gonna finish it. I'm like, I'm on chapter 10, so I'm almost done. She
I
says, no, you're not going to finish it. There's more. I'm like, there's more.
I'm familiar with Berserk. At the time when that came out, there was another manga that was out called Biomega, and I had the first Biomega, and I really enjoyed it. And I went to look for the other series, and it's been out of print for so long. By the time I found out, it's been out of print for so long that the other the other volumes are in the hundreds of dollars. And I was like,
My Zatch Bell mangas, they're worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
yep. I've got Conan, so a lot of my Conan is is out of print. So some of those are pretty expensive too. And I've got a few of the Cole the Conquerors that were all done by Dark Horse, and Dark Horse is no longer around anymore. So those are pricey these days. Oops. I pinched a wire. Hold on one second, guys. I'm pinching wires here. I'm trying to make sure I pull slack and I don't pinch my wires. I run it where it needs to go. Let me grab these tweezers. I'm doing precision work here. Yep, scalpel. Dab my head, please. All right, I think I got that now. So this is, yeah.
It's been many years, and we're still waiting, and everyone is getting on the edge of their seats. When are we getting the reboot of Spawn?
Man, I don't know. That's a. Uh-oh, here, hold on. I gotta take this call real quick. Okay, hold up.
Okay.
Hello.
So, Asher?
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me? Hello. Oh. Oh, he says I'll be back. All right. Let's see. I got Rockford County Ghostbusters. Hello, Rockford County Ghostbuster.
What's up?
How are you today?
Good, good. You?
I'm good. So I was chatting with Travis. He took a step out. Sorry, I hadn't had my kid was calling, so I had to take a step out too. So where are you located?
Illinois and all that.
Okay. And you do like a lot of Ghostbuster stuff, or here?
Yeah, a lot, actually, yeah.
I was gonna say, give us the lowdown of everything, like events, what you guys got going on. What you got? Any events coming up? Like, give us the lowdown.
Honestly, I'm not at my mom's, because there's, at my mom's, that's where my collection is at.
Uh huh.
And on, Fridays or, like, the weekends, I always go to my dad's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do. So you do. Do you do any of the building sets for Ghostbusters, or do you have like the firehouse?
No, none of that. I only have like action figures, props like the proton pack, the trap, and PKE and all that.
Nice. So you got the full gear and full setup. So you.
Well, not the full gear. It's just that the suit, like it's because I was gonna get some originally from like Spare Halloween, but they cost too much, like $50 and all that.
Yeah. They can get pricey.
Yeah,
What
really.
what pieces were you looking for that you don't have?
Usually the suit, like the belt and all that,
Yeah. Well, I was gonna.
and I'm not sure.
So you're looking for a like a good suit.
Yeah, good suit. Like,
I would say one of the things that I did when I started looking. So when I first started, and I had my first suit. So now I've got. I don't. It's not true spec. Well, actually, no. What I have is true spec, but there's some other companies that do flight suits as well. But my first suit was it was like a Dickies coverall that I used for quite a while, and it did the job. It worked actually fairly well. But I ended up getting my suit on the Rainforest site, so the Amazon. But
oh yeah,
I was able to get through a company called TrueSpec, TRU-SPEC, and that suit I have had for years, and it holds up really well, and it's very very similar to the was it
Ghostbusters suit.
yeah, the Rothko jumpsuit. It's very very close, and so I would definitely say that would be a really good alternative. It's not pocket wise, it's not exact, but it is so close that a lot of people don't even realize that you do not have that particular suit. Like they're looking at it and they're like, oh, that you've got the flight suit, and it's like, sure, I got the flight suit. There's a few pockets that are different, but it is so close. It's well worth like looking into, in my opinion.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, I do kind of, well, kind of, yeah, I do have like the suit separate. Like, so like for the pants, it's like a khaki brown type of, and I do have like a Ghostbuster sweater, but it's not the same color as the khaki brown. It's like more of a dark.
Okay. Well, have you played the Spirits Unleashed game?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I actually have that one on my PS5 right now. I am playing it.
Nice. I was gonna say in that case with that game, there are so many variations of suits, including like the overalls. I actually thought so. Did you unlock the suit where it's like the overalls or like the bib style overalls, and then you can wear like a sweater underneath?
No, but I do have like that grayish one from like the Ghostbusters 2.
Okay, yeah, the GB2 suit.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's the one I use. I use GB2 for when I do Toys for Tots. Well, I was gonna say like game wise, they have the it's like a bib overall type suit, and then I think they have like just a gray sweater with like patches on it. In the game these days, especially for group wise, you can do so many variations of the costume. And I actually Lumibricks, so the company I'm doing right now, the build for this bamboo house, they have a set that I put together not too long ago that was the Midnight Haunted Mansion. And one of the things I like about it is they have these kind of like generic like Ghostbusters, and the Moogly is not exact. And I actually thought about
Wait, isn't Mowgli the ghost on the logo, right?
yes, yeah, that's your Moogly. And so I actually thought about trying to get an overall set and the patch from that Lumibricks set made, so I could have a block based like GB suit that I could wear out with my group here and there. And so, depending on the group, are you with a group?
No, I wish, because there's a lot of Ghostbuster groups that are really far from Rockford. I mean, I think there's one. I met one at the mods, Winnebago County Ghostbuster.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's that they've done like parades and all that. It's just that I usually don't see them or get like notification from them, and like I really want to go, I don't get no notifications. Like
well,
not
yeah.
invited.
Well, I would say like if you're wanting to join a group and you're like, hey, I'm serious. I kind of want to join this group. I want to be a part of what they have. You know, best thing to do is I was talking with Travis about it. Now Travis, the gentleman that I was on with, he's actually he's out of Houston, but he is in our North Texas Ghostbuster group. So I'm actually with the North Texas Ghostbusters, and we do a ton of charity work. And I dissolved my old group into theirs. Now, what I often see now these days is I will see um, people that'll come and they're like, "Hey, I follow your page. I love it, and I want to see, more. I want to be able to do this, this, this." And it's like, okay. So what we'll do is, why don't you come hang out with us for the day? We'll kind of see, how you work with others, and we'll kind of, test and see what you're doing, and then we'll start getting info, and we'll kind of get you involved into the process of being in our group. And so oftentimes it's just going to like following their page, going to one of their events and hanging out with them and just seeing what they had to offer, and kind of like checking them out and hanging out with them for a day, see if there's an event that you can go to that you think you would do well at, and just going and being with them. And sometimes that's like the thing to do in order to be involved with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just that the thing is, how do you say it? It's just I don't really like know about much of it. Like, how do you say it?
Like what events they have.
Yeah, like what events they have and what they do. I've seen some Ghostbuster parades, like they go through the road with the car and all that,
Yeah.
walking around like holding up signs.
Well, do you have what is do you know what group is local for you? Like which Ghostbuster group?
The only one I know is just Winnebago. I don't know.
Okay.
I think they do have a group.
Well, so do you know I would almost, in a Google search, just search them up and see if they have either a Facebook page
Yeah, yeah, I
or
do have their Facebook page.
okay. And are they doing posts for, their events that are coming up?
No, the last time I checked was like their last post was like a month ago, I think.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. That's kind of scary. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I texted them saying I got a question saying that when is the next time they're gonna have a parade, and they read my message. They didn't even respond back.
oh, that's sad. Oh, brother, I'm so sorry.
No, yeah, it's just that I think I'm a little too young to join it, but I'm not sure.
Well, we do so like how old are you if you don't mind me asking?
12.
Okay. So we do have like I know my kid is he's a little bit younger than you, but in our group, so the North Texas Ghostbusters, we actually do have a junior corps where we have a coach that works with kids, and he actually does junior corps stuff. So if we have parents that have kids that also want to be in the group and in the course, we have kids that can join on the junior level and they can earn their badges through that way. And I know not all of the groups have that, and it's kind of sad because we want to be able to open up the floor to anyone. So it's like, hey, there's some kids that want to join. There's, parents, they might not want to do cosplay, but they want to have some sort of hand in on, what their kids doing. We open those services up to the community, and of course we work with a lot of community groups and charity groups in order to get them up and going. We might have to search that. Hopefully that's not the only group in your area. Here, I'm gonna turn this. I'm actually kind of done with the build for today. I'm about to get off, but hopefully that's not the only group in your area. That there should be other groups that do work and do have like junior core and have other programs that you can get into. I might have to like kind of search and figure it out. So let me do this. Don't have my pen, but I can write it down as soon as I'm done. So where you're located, where again?
It was in Illinois, Rockford, Illinois.
Rockford, Illinois. Okay. So what I can do is I can look to see if I can find any other group around Rockford, Illinois. I'm going to say it 3 times to remind me. Rockford, Illinois. That's where you're at, Rockford, Illinois. I'm remembering that's in Rockford, Illinois. That's how I remember things. I'm old. I'm onk, man. So with that, I'll kind of look, and if I can make a post about, hey, I discovered this group of Rockford, Illinois, sort of thing, and I can remember it. I'll try to tag you in. So actually, let me just. There you go. So that way I can send you info if I find it. You're always welcome to be in the North Texas Ghostbusters, but it's so far away. I don't think it's gonna work out.
Yeah, this one time, I don't know his name, forgot his name. His name was like Dave something. I don't know.
Okay.
Here, let me invite him. I think I know.
Okay.
It was like, yeah, oh no, not Dave. I was thinking, his name is Austin.
Austin. Okay.
DJN, and he actually had some mail, like from like leftover mail, like Ghostbuster mails and all that, like from the parade.
Uh huh.
He's giving them out, and ever since I moved, I never got it. And I told my mom, like, she looks at the mail there
Uh huh.
at our old house, but now we can't really get it because we moved in to another house, and I think it's just like left there.
Uh oh.
I think they threw it away.
They might have. They might have.
Yeah.
Oh, that stinks. Well, here, one of my next projects is, so I've got the little Lego minifig. So for Ghostbuster fans, you can find these. Now, this is an off-brand of it. It's not the actual Lego one, but you'll find like new prints. But they're proton packed the way they're put together. I actually would like to build this out of foam and to carry around. And I was thinking about making a Lego Ghostbuster suit at one point. To go along with my block obsession and Ghostbusters. So I might do that down the road. But yeah. All right. Well, I'll search around and see what I can find for you, okay? And if I see anything, I'll shoot it out to you. It might take a while though, okay? Don't lose hope. Hang in there, all right? All right, brother. Well, here, I'm about to head out, so I'm going to disconnect you. I'll see you around, okay?
Yep, see ya.
All right, see ya. All right, everybody. So listen, I am done through bag 3, and we have got, so we do have power on here where this is actually lighting up. Looky there. But it's got the battery pack over here. It kind of sticks out in kind of an odd way back here, but I'm sure they're going to find a way to cover that or to build out on top of it. Overall, it looks nice. I'm not sure about the curve of this pond. I think when I plate this down to something else, I'll probably change it. But this thing is huge, and it actually feels like a full Mills plate, if not a little bit bigger. So when I'm doing city planning for each one of the houses and where things are going to go, I'm really going to have to think through how I want to plate this up so it can kind of fit with the rest of the theme of the city, and then I still have to move things around to get that done. So I will see you next Saturday where we'll be building to the next few bags of this. So I'll see you all later. Hold on, my kid's calling. I'm going to have to call him back here in a minute. So I will see you all later. Hey, you all take care and have a good Saturday. Alright, hold on, guys. Hey, hold on real quick. Alright, so my YouTube, Twitch people, listen. Hey, I thank you all for showing up. I appreciate it. If you want to get this, I have the link there in the chat. So definitely get it there. I will see you all later. Hey, thank you all for showing up. I love you all. Jesus loves you more. Nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build. And happy brick hunting.